Alright, hello, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host, Mukluk. Today, we are back in the wonderful world of Guild Wars 2, which is Tyria, by the way. Did you know that? Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stinger with the tier 1 sub right out the gate.
3 months
Thank
already,
you.
where's all the time go? Mukluk dancing, Mukluk bongo, Mukluk dancing, Mukluk bongo.
Indeed. Indeed. Going into the homestead. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Welcome. Good morning, Tato Man. Good morning. We had to actually unhook the Tato filters. Last night I tried playing Black Myth Wukong, and that game made my CPU go to 100%. And so we had to unhook the non-essentials. And one of the things that we unhooked was the filters. They'll be back after Wukong. But it was rough. It was rough. Computer was trying to explode. Emma, could you please post your referral link? Sitting here almost ready to hit buy on Jane Through Wilds. Oh, yeah, thank you very much. That's it right there. It's going into the chat right now. Yeah, if you use that for the standalone client, not Steam, then all you have to do is use that. It opens the shop page and it uses a cookie. So as long as you don't have like an ad blocker blocking the cookie or something, that's all that's required. That's all you gotta do. There's no promo code or anything for that box. Let's see, do I need to manually harvest this? Yeah. It's weird. It's like the tree is like tipping over or something. That's odd. Let's see, thanks. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Alright. Let's see if it actually mined everything or if it missed something again. It did miss something. The baubles today? I've never seen it miss the baubles. The Homestead Farm All button is still fantastic. And it still saves a lot of time. But it is being a little fickle and occasionally misses a node, so I'm double checking. But even with that, it's still way less time than it used to be, but hopefully they fix that. Muck, any updates on when you will react to Rose's latest video? Alright, so I watched Rose's latest video off stream to see, because the beginning of it was, oh my gosh, right? Okay, so usually when I watch his videos, I watch them on stream, unfiltered. And then I filter them for the YouTube content, and it's funny. I don't think I could watch that on stream. I do not think I could watch that on stream. There was so many things in there. I was like, oh my god! Like there was a lot of times he was talking, and he just had like cropped prawn behind him, and I was just like. I would probably get in trouble for this. So, dude, it was hilarious. It was funny. I left a comment under the video, but I don't think I can watch that unfiltered on stream. But the YouTube reaction, sure. Well, he pushed the envelope too far. I don't think I can watch it. Do it in the morning when kids are in school. You don't just get away with Twitch crimes in the morning. Lol. Is leveling part 3 out? No, it's like leveling part 2.5, where he did a video where he got distracted by PvP for a week and talked about how rough it was. You can always watch it if he streamed it and put it on YouTube. You can always watch it if he streamed it. That again, that's not how that works. That just means that like okay. You know the whole thing where one streamer does a thing and doesn't get in trouble, and another streamer does a thing and does get in trouble? Happens a lot at the top. It doesn't work that way. Good day, Survive. Good day, Nued. Who is that? Inefficient Leon. Thank you for the raid, buddy. I appreciate you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I could do it like off stream or something, but I don't know that I'm going to, honestly. It just, I looked at it and it seems too risky. Send note to support, not getting volatile with it. Wait, who in the what now? Not getting volatile with it. Only on ores. Only on ore. Wait, what? Jersey, do you have a volatile glyph in each of the 3 boxes? In the homestead? Is that what you're talking about? There's one bug I've seen people say, I've had a few people say that if they farm all like the vegetable things in their home instance, they usually get about 250 volatile. Or sorry, 350. But in the homestead, they only get like 250, like it's not giving the correct amounts when they use the collect all box. So that's one glitch that I know of. And the other that I know of currently is that it sometimes misses nodes when you hit collect all. Noxxi would just need to clean 99% of the video.
Praise Joko.
Yeah, oh my god. Praise Joko. Yeah, I'm sure Noxxi would love that. Let's see. Guild hall number 4. Watching someone watching you, watching him, watching you. Yeah. And maybe I can get back on track for his next video. But believe me, I want to react to it, right? React content is the easiest content. But I do not feel that it is safe to do that. I don't feel that it's safe to do that one. What to do with Volatile? I have a video where I show the process. Hang on just a second. Volatile. Okay, here we go. Here's a video where I turned 1 million volatile magic into 4,000 gold. That video shows the process that you do it, but basically you can take a big pile of volatile magic and turn it into gold anytime you want. You just kind of like, you know, cash out. That video shows how I do it. Where's the wizard hat? It's right next to me. Oh, goodness. Here we go. There you go, Killjoy. Thanks. Sure. Yeah, I'm not sure when his leveling part 3 is coming out. But we'll definitely check that out when it comes out. Let's get that. Alright. Where are the potatoes? Currently on hold. They're on holiday. I was playing Black Myth Wukong last night, and it was using up 100% of my CPU. So sorry, not CPU, sorry, GPU. My GPU. So I had to unhook everything that was using GPU that wasn't required. And that the potatoes, the wizard dentist, all of that were each using a little bit. And when I unhooked all of it, I was able to play the game. So right now they're unhooked because of that. Yeah, the computer was ascending, that's right. It was. So yeah, Black Myth Wukong was just too strong, and those pushed my GPU over the edge. Have you tried downloading more GPU? You know, I tried downloading more RAM. I never really did try more GPU. Maybe that's the next step. Alright, let's quickly get the parked characters. Are you the Muck who does videos with Nixium? No, I'm the Muck who does videos with Noxxi. It's kind of funny that there is a similarly named Mukluk and a similarly named Nox, but no, that one is much more well known than I am. Is the account boost starter worth it for a new player? I don't know what that is. Is that on the gem store? Give me a moment. Ignore that. Let's see. Account boost. Account bump? Account jumpstart? Which one? Which one are we talking about? Bro went straight over my question. Give me a minute. You said, hey Mug, do you know when's the anniversary event? They celebrated the 10th anniversary on the 23rd 2 years ago. We're past the 23rd now. I remember that because it was my birthday. My birthday is the 23rd. I don't know. I would have to go and check their calendar and see if there's anything on there. Level 80 boost. There's not an item here called level 80. I mean, are you talking about the account bump pack? The account jump pack? Like, which pack are you talking about? I want to ask a question, but I don't want to spark anything on Twitch. I could probably assume the answer, but I'm curious on your point of view. Do you want to DM it to me, Wrath? And then if I feel like it, I can answer it on Twitch? It's account jumpstart. Okay, account jumpstart is 2,000 gems, which is like, I think that, you know, if you convert that to gold, that's hundreds of gold. If you convert it to dollars, that's like $25. Comes with 2 bank tab expansions, 2 bag slot expansions, 10 blackline chest keys, 15 transmutation charges, and 30 dies. Okay, from my perspective as a veteran player, dies, that's nothing. You get dies just playing the game. Transmutation charges, again, that's nothing. You get that by playing the game. 10 blackline keys can be nothing. Those are basically booster packs for, like, they're gamba, right? It's, you're opening a box of random stuff. It might be trash, it could be treasure, but there's no guarantee those keys or anything. In my mind, that's nothing. Then you just got 2 bag slots and 2 bank tab expansions. So how much are those? Bag slots are 400 each. Bank tabs are 600 each. So that's right at 2,000. So the cost of that whole pack is equal to the cost of all those tabs plus some other extra stuff. So if you are in the market to getting more bank tabs, more bag slots, then you would totally be okay in getting that deal, because it's basically the same price, but then a bunch of extra stuff on top of it. So, but if you don't care about those things, like I'm a max level player with like 8,000 hours into the game or something like that, and I don't even have all my bank tabs. I just don't need them. So it's kind of whatever. I would say, like, if you've got some disposable income and you want it, go for it. But that's it. That's my thoughts on it. And who knows? Maybe those 10 black line keys will get you something shiny. But, you know, there's no guarantee of that. There's no guarantee. I'm still at EOD expansion. I was going to buy Soto or Janthier Deluxe for the expansion, plus 4K gems to use a quality of life stuff. Wait, hold on. Deluxe doesn't come with gems. Do you mean the Ultimate Pack? So hold on a sec. I'm going to use my own referral link just to open up the store here. Give me a minute. Do that. Okay. So, like, for example, here's Janthier. So there's Standard, is that, and then Deluxe is that, and then Ultimate. Ultimate is the exact same as Deluxe, but it costs $25 more, but it has $50 worth of gems in it. So other than that, it's the same thing. So really, between these two, if you were like getting Deluxe and you're like, maybe I'll get Ultimate, the real thing is there stuff you want that costs gems? If not, then don't do it. That would be a waste of your money. But if there's stuff you want with gems, this is basically gems 2 for the price of 1. It's $50 of gems for $25. That's all that is. Ultimate doesn't exist for Steam. I haven't looked on the Steam store recently. Hang on a second. Let me do this just in case it's going to like flash my payment information or something. Guild Wars 2. Janthier expansion, $25. Is there a deluxe pack? I see the normal one on Steam. Janthier. I see, what is this? Pre-purchase rewards. Huh? Interesting. So if you have Steam, you just grab this little free DLC to get the pre-purchase rewards? That's a way to do it, I guess. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess the packages are different on Steam. Oh, someone said they DM'd me. Hang on. Where? Hold on a sec. Okay, it's not on Twitch. Is it on Discord? One sec. Yeah, I did see that. No, I don't mind talking about that because I'm not trying to, like, hide anything. Hang on a second. Let me go somewhere where I'm just, like, standing still. Gonna go watch Rose's new video. Wait, new video? Like, brand new? Or do you mean the PvP one that I said I'm too scared to watch on stream? Hold on. The PvP one. Gotcha. Yeah, okay, yeah, he posted that a few weeks ago. Alright. So, the question I got, and I do not mind talking about this. I will say it is a sensitive subject because some people have abused this in the past on Twitch. And so it is something that a lot of people have like a very big knee-jerk reaction about. So yeah, I don't mind talking about it at all because then I can lay it out very carefully. Controversy talk, it's not, it could be depending on who you are. Okay, so let's clear the air here. So Nike, who first of all, let's talk about who Nike is, okay? Nike was a content, I guess he still is a content creator for Guild Wars 2, all right? This is him. He posted a bunch of bad stuff about me. Now, let's talk about who Nike is. First of all, he recently got kicked out of the ArenaNet Partner Program for basically being a jackass, okay? He did a lot of mean stuff. I'm not going to go into it, but he got kicked out of the partner program by the people who run the game because they would rather do paperwork than have him be anywhere near them anymore. After that, he then pretended to be a member of ArenaNet staff and gave people a lot of false information on Twitter when they would ask questions and stuff like that, and spread like fake patch notes and stuff like that. That suddenly stopped one day. It would not surprise me if he was threatened with legal action. Okay? This guy also, recently, one of his most recent projects is he did a tier list video of all Guild Wars 2 streamers, where he spent hours insulting about 2/3 of them. Okay? So this guy just basically was just saying vile stuff about most of us. Okay? So he, let's see, what else? What else is on his rap sheet? In the past, one day, he made a video on how to farm gold, and the whole thing was a troll. It was centered around onions. You could say it was a meme video, all right? You could give this one a pass, but he has made content before that lies to new players in order to just waste their time because he thinks it's funny. All right? So, is this going to be a vid? No. Because I don't even want ad revenue for talking about this guy. This is trash. Anyway, that is the baseline. I want you to know the kind of person we're talking about, okay? This is not the kind of person that is doing what he does because of morals or because he thinks it's right. He likes stirring the pot. He likes thinking stuff is funny, okay? That's it. Like, if I were ever invited to go to, like, a Guild Wars 2 thing, like, hey, do you want to co-host these awards or something, and he was one of the other people there, I would say I'm not going to do it if he's there. All right? I'm not comfortable in the same room as him. This guy is, he is a huge troll and he creeps me out. Okay, that is the baseline here. Now, what did he say recently that has people messaging me about this? All right. He wrote, "It's beyond embarrassing that one of the top Guild Wars 2 streamers is embedding his stream on a popular fan site to artificially inflate his view count. Not only is this poor taste, I'd argue it's stealing opportunity when newer streamers are pushed further down the category by embedders." Okay, what is he talking about? So first off, my stream is embedded on my own site. Okay, so if you open this up, we have got, here's the MuklukYoutub's website, and here's me right now. Now, this actually has done me a lot of good because people come here to get questions answered. They see I'm live, and then they just pop in here, and they're like, hey, I got a question. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I just answer it right away. The other thing, hold on a second. I need to open it up, is Guild Gen. Now, this one, I want to say, is very recent, okay? This is Guild Gen, who anyone who's been here for a while knows I have been recommending Guild Gen as a resource for years, but not like the only resource. I'll be like, yeah, Guild Gen has a huge assortment of guides. Snowcrows has got some of the best math nerds figuring out raid builds. Meta Battle has got more if you don't find what you need. Hardstuck.gg has got more. That's my usual shtick, right? Recently, as in a couple of months ago, I think, Guild Gen asked me, they're like, hey, can I embed you on our site? Valen's already here. And I was like, I mean, that might give me a few extra views or something like that. Is it following Twitch's rules? Twitch has very strict rules. To be clear, Twitch does allow embeds, but they have a very strict set of rules that you have to follow in order to do it. And I double-checked everything, because, I don't want to get in trouble. I do this for my livelihood. I double-checked everything, and it does. And, what's the benefit of this? What is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is, like, if there are some people that are on the Guild Gen website, and I start my stream, and there are 10 people on that website, it immediately says my viewer count is 10 higher. And it gives me a few extra views at the start of the stream, and it just gets my numbers up to where they normally are faster. Now, is it changing my income at all? No. You don't get ad revenue through embeds. I can't stress that enough. You don't, okay? You don't get ad revenue through embeds. There's no ads. It doesn't play a tiny Red Bull commercial on there or anything like that. Is it crushing people down the category? Like, what? Hold on. What was his exact words again? Stealing opportunity from newer streamers. Okay. I could see that being thrown around if I was some six-piece chicken McNobody and I was getting some extra views from this or something, and I was like suddenly shooting up the category. However, I have been streaming every single day for 6 years. I have made almost 170 guides for Guild Wars 2. This is going to sound cocky, but it's true. I'm usually at the top or near the top already. I don't think 10 extra views is going to change anything. Okay? Additionally, I often raid those newer streamers after my streams, making their counts go from like 30 to 500 at the end of the thing. All right. So is it, like, I'm open to the idea that, like, okay, this is kind of, but at the same time, it's just like, I was doing collaborations with Jen. For example, let me give you an example of a collab I did. The Obsidian Armor. I made a video guide on how to get Obsidian Armor. Jen made a written guide on how to make Obsidian Armor. In my video guide, I'm like, hey, if you prefer a written version, check here. In her written guide, she said, hey, if you prefer a video version, check here. It's just cross-promoting. I don't know the correct term for it. Maybe someone here will know it. But essentially, I plug her stuff, she plugs my stuff, we help each other out. We each find more viewers that like our stuff. That's the whole thing. So we try to help each other out, and the whole thing with her putting me on her site was she offered that to help me out after we had been doing collaborations for like a year. And I thought about it for a long time, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. Maybe, and again, the biggest change that it has on me is it slightly boosts my visibility at the start of the stream until it catches up. I'm not like doubling or tripling my numbers or anything like that. It's nowhere near that big. And you know what? Just to show that I'm not full of script, I can show that too. Hang on just a minute.
Good morning, Muck.
Good morning.
You
Hello.
should update that Obsidian guide to mention you can now get Rift Essence through the Hunter board.
Oh, yeah. I might do that after they make the... first of all, thank you for the sub. I might do that after they change the Hunter board. So that you can just buy it on its own. Because I want to do a video on it, but I'm waiting for them to make it to where the Hunter board is sold on its own, and you don't have to get it in that pack that's like 4,000 gems or whatever. Hang on. I'm trying to remember how to use this website. This is Sully Gnome. It has a mountain of statistics on each streamers. Let's see. Activity. No. Wait, yes. 365. Let's see. Summary. April, June. Okay. So it was like earlier this year. Okay. So just to show, this right here, this is average viewers. All right. Is there a way to open just this chart? Expand. All right. This is my average viewers. Okay. Look right here. Okay. So average. Now, what are these big spikes? These are essentially when I was doing a massive giveaway or Guild Wars 2 drops were active. All right. You guys know what drops are. We just had drops. Drops bring in a ton of new people. Some of them like what they see here and they stay. So usually it's like, here's my average. Drops! And then my average is a little bit higher. Drops! Average is a little bit higher. Drops! Average is a little bit higher. Drops! And, this is when I was on the front page recently. By the way, Twitch does embeds too. When Twitch puts you on their front page, they're embedding themselves and duplicating their own numbers. So these are my numbers over time, okay? I believe around January to February was when Jen made that offer for me. And I want you to look right here. Do you see a big change? It's helpful. It's helpful, which is why I accepted the offer. Because I could tell her, like, hey, no, thank you. But I was like, yeah, sure, that'd be nice, thank you. After I made sure it was fine. What offer was this? That she has me embedded on her website. That's it. So it was right around there. There's not some massive spike. It's not making me crush the competition or anything like that. It didn't change my spot on the board or anything like that. But that's just how it is. You know, she offered to help me out. I made sure it was in line with Twitch's terms of service. I said on my Discord that, hey, I was doing more collabs with Jen. You might see my face when you're on her website. I didn't put it on blast because it's easy to, you know, twist it around, I felt like. But that's it. And honestly, if it becomes too much trouble, I can politely ask her to take it down. Right now, it's just a nice thing that helps out a little bit when I start the stream. That's it. You have loads of helpful guides? Thank you. I have 170 guides. I hope they're helpful. But yeah, that's it. That's it. It was basically a collaboration between me and her. And now, Nike, fortunately, he doesn't have a very huge following, but you know, Nike is on Twitter, and he is just blasting negative stuff. That's what kind of brought us to this. Let's see. Hold on a sec. Catch you with chat. Since you're cool with Teapot, maybe have him moderate a conversation between you and Nike so that you guys could clear the air. Besides the way he treats you, Nike seems pretty cool and just seems like he tries to troll now and then. I have had 2 conversations with Nike ever, and they both ended with him name-calling me, and then I just stopped responding. That was in the partner Discord before he got kicked out of the partner program, before he started impersonating ArenaNet staff, and before they told him he needs to stop that. And maybe, I would not surprise me if he was threatened with legal action over that one. Like, this is not a guy that I want to have a moderated conversation with. This is a guy that I want him over there, and I want to go over here until we both die of old age. Like, I just don't want to be anywhere near this person, okay? Like, I live my life pretty drama-free, pretty stress-free, and this guy farms stress and drama. He promotes it because he likes that. I don't really want to be anywhere near him. That stuff, I'm glad you tried to be mature about it. No, again, I don't mind talking about this because this isn't, like, something I'm trying to hide. You know, I could have easily just been like, oh no, Wrath, I won't talk about that on stream, and then just tried to keep this on the down low. But it's not anything worth hiding. It's a collaboration that I've been collabing with like videos and stuff. Which, just to be clear, I've collabed with Teapot too. I've also collabed with Snowcrows and many other people. If I go to, give me just a second here. Okay. So, right here. These are collab videos I've done with others in the past. There's like 3 right here in a row that I did, where I was, there's 4 with Teapot. These are all ones that I did with other people. I recently did that talk with Snowcrows. Like, I try to stay on good terms with virtually everyone I can in the Guild Wars 2 community. There is 2 people that I am aware of in the Guild Wars 2 community that basically hate me. I don't really know how or why that started. And that's Nike and Mela. So I try not to talk to them. You know, Mela, I believe, is still in the partner program. But I just don't talk to him, and he doesn't talk to me anymore. Nike is still, you know, doing his thing. Please don't stop Guild Wars 2 content. You're the biggest NA streamer and YouTuber for the game. I benefit immensely from you. No, you don't have to worry. First of all, thank you for the kind words. You don't have to worry about it. I'm not planning on stopping Guild Wars 2 content. It would be stupid of me to do so. I love this game. I love this game. I've got more videos that are currently being edited that are coming down the pipeline. But no, I'm not going anywhere. But I will say this: the stuff about like the embed thing. Am I getting a few views from that? Yeah. Is it a like massive amount? No. Is it following every single rule and regulation Twitch has? Yes. Yes. Like, and if they ask us to change anything, we will. If they ask us, if they say, "Hey, turn that off," we will instantly. But that hasn't happened. That has not happened. So, you know, if that, you know, right now we're following that, and that's what it is. Again, I don't believe it changes my position in the category at all. I showed you the stats before and after it. It's just, it's helpful a little tiny bit some days. Didn't Mela get kicked out of the program because he was exploiting a bug on Ellie years ago? Yeah, I think he did. I think he ended up getting back in later on. I'm obviously not a partner recruiter or anything. It's more like I'm just there in the break room and I see people come and go. But, yeah. There's a saying my dad uses: just because you don't want someone to eat at your table doesn't mean you want them to starve. You can want to not interact with someone without wanting misfortune at them. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I don't wish misfortune on, like, Nike or anything. I just don't want to be anywhere near the guy. You know, that's... I'm that way with family in my life. I've had family before that it's like, I really don't want to be anywhere near you. And my life is way more stress-free just by not having them included in it. At Muck, why do you not have a guide for the KOCM strike? I've actually never done it. I tried it a few times back when it first came out, and keep in mind, I do not have a team of, like, ace players for that content, right? I pug. Everything I do, I pug. If I can't pug it, then I'm like, okay, I can't make a guide for this. So I have not made a guide for KO, it's Canine Overlook Challenge Mode, Harvest Temple Challenge Mode, or, what was the other one? Old Lion's Court Challenge Mode. Embeds have a bad rep for a bunch of good reasons, personally. I'd probably steer Cleveland to Saber. Yes, you know what? I'll give you guys an example of bad ones, because, you know, this has come up. Okay, there is a guy in the Escape from Tarkov category, or at least he used to be there, all right? And he would have, like, no one talking in his chat, and he would have 3,000 viewers on the viewer count. And when people came in and tried to talk to him, he would not respond, because he never read chat. And so what did they do? They go, wow, Twitch sucks, and they would leave. It would hurt the platform if people came in and found that guy as their first streamer. What am I doing right now? I'm talking with chat. Usually if people come in to here, even if it's because I have 10 higher view count because of an embed or something, I answer them. I have questions, welcome, and ask me anything in the title and the tags every single day. So I like, morally, I don't think there's anything wrong with this, because I'm trying my best to give them a good experience on the Twitch platform so that they stay. Of course I want them to stay. It helps me out too if they stay. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Fextra life drama. Yeah, Fextra Life is I don't have any ill will toward Fextra Life either. Fextra Life is a gaming wiki. Most of you have seen. I'm sure if any of you have ever Googled, like, yo, where's this thing in Elden Ring, you probably found Fextra Life's website. They're embedded on their own wiki, and that puts them higher on whatever category they're on Twitch. Now, I want to be, again, really clear here. Twitch could say, stop or we'll ban you, and that would be over instantly. The thing is, Twitch doesn't do that. Like, they're okay with it under certain conditions. Now, again, some people abuse it, and when those people get caught, they get banned. But others, follow the rules. That's why, hang on just a second. If you follow these rules, you're allowed to do it. This is it. Embedding Twitch in your website. So I have it on my website at the top, and when people see I'm live, they can ask questions. And I'm listed as a collaborator on Guild Jen's website because I'm a contributor toward it with my guides and stuff, and so she put me there. But if it becomes too big of a problem, we can change that in the future. But that's it. Let's see, I dislike Fextra Life because people have actually confused Fextra Life with Extra Life the charity. I feel like that's an just unfortunate naming convention, but I understand that. I only know the BG3 stuff. Yeah, I heard about the BG3, sorry, the Baldur's Gate 3 stuff kind of like on the grapevine. I don't know as much about that, but yeah. Muck will have to collab with him if Nike brand starts releasing Mukluks. Yeah, we are both named after shoes, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, like... Anyway, it's absolutely hilarious because seriously, it's two people named after footwear going at each other. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? No. I mean, honestly, the biggest thing I fear right now is that, he'll take some small snippet of this conversation and, like, make a clip or something and then, like, put that on blast and use it as some kind of stupid gotcha moment or something. But no, I don't have a problem talking about this because we are following all of their rules and stuff like that. And if they want us to change anything, I will happily change it. Again, this was this whole thing stemmed from me collabing with Guild Jen for like a year, and then her saying, "Hey, can I offer this thing to you?" She was trying to help me out, just like I've been trying to help her out as a content creator. And I was like, after I looked it up and made sure everything was fine because I don't want to get in trouble, I was like, "Yeah, that'd be nice, thank you," and that's it. You talk about the embed thing. Yeah, just if you want to see the whole talk, just rewind the stream a little bit. It's already been responded to me on Twitter too. Probably just block, move on. Were you? Sorry. So keep in mind, your Twitter names are different from Twitch names often. So I probably saw you in that conversation and didn't realize it was you. Yeah, someone was like, "Have you contacted him and asked if he's aware of what this is?" And he says, "I don't care how he tries to defend it. I judge the actions." Okay, well, you know what? You got kicked out of the partner program for being a jackass to people, and you impersonated ArenaNet staff and lied to a bunch of people, and you made a tier list where you insulted like every single male Guild Wars 2 streamer, and you also made a guide on onion farming and lied to new players because you thought it was funny. So should I judge you by those actions, I wonder? I mean... like, he's acting like he's got the moral high ground, and he's like in a pit with a shovel. So I do not for a second think that he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart to help the little people. That's not the case at all. Like, I've been here a while, I've seen what he's done. Who is that? A content creator named Nike. Nike like the shoe. Like, he did so much stuff that ArenaNet was like, you know what, we'd rather do a stack of paperwork than have you still here. Thing is that your numbers aren't even bloated for it. I mean, the numbers are slightly increased, but it's a modest amount. This is not like me getting 5,000 viewers a day from Fextra Life. This is like me getting an extra, maybe single digits from my website and maybe double digits from Jen's or something like that. And again, if someone sees my channel and comes in, I try to answer every question I possibly can. Like, I'm a better talker than I am a gamer, chat. I know that, so I try to talk. I try to answer questions when they come in. It was mainly the drops that brought in people. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I just showed that a second ago. Let me see. Hang on a second. Okay, yeah. So this was, we were actually just talking about that. Let me see. No, not this. Is it summary? Yeah, so these are my average views per day. And the spikes are basically drops or when I was doing giveaways. So like this right here, this huge one, this was on Janthier launch day. So you can see, like, here's me, drops and giveaways, and then it's just a little bit bigger, and then drops and giveaways, and it's a little bit bigger, drops and giveaways, it's a little bit bigger. So yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing with giveaways and drops, is like for every, 10 people that come in just wanting free stuff, maybe one of them goes, "Oh, this is a nice place you got here. Maybe I'll stay," and they stick around. That's literally the whole point of it, is it's a form of advertising. It's not direct advertising. It's, we put on our best performance while you're here and hope that you want to come back. Perks of being tech support viewers, Muk is good at talking. Also, raid leading. I was very used to talking and having nobody listening to me. After drops, I went back to the YouTube side. Yeah, I like that I stream on 2 platforms so people can watch on whichever one that they prefer the experience. Like, for example, I love that on the YouTube side, I can pause the stream at any time, go to the bathroom, come back, and hit play, and then just, like, watch it on double speed until I catch up. On the Twitch side, I love the emotes and the ability to... I find it easier to make clips and stuff over on the Twitch side, stuff like that. Did Twitch make any major policy changes due to the whole embedding Fextra Life thing? I don't know. Okay, so I just pulled up the... Hold on, Twitch embed rules. So we constantly... Because I get less than maybe 10 views, average views from my own website, but I keep on top of these because my own website has me embedded at the top of it. So I don't know if these changed from the Fextra Life thing, but I check these like once a month and make sure we're still good. Right now, I know we're still good. I do know that Twitch went to some of the websites that had like, your people were getting like 5,000 embedded views or something like that, and they flat out blocked those websites from being able to do the embed thing. So they have done that on some sites in the past. How big are the spikes whenever Handsome Beard Muck came up? Honestly, the biggest difference with the with Beard Muck was all of the weird like resub things. I've been hearing Daddy Muck a lot. That's been new. So you're doing giveaways, was on the front page embedding, get plus 20 people, and gave 25 legendaries, you got views, nice, how dare you. Yeah. Dude, the front, when you were, just to talk about embedding at its most insane, hang on a second, I need to, alright, I can't just show this whole page, but, because there's personal information on it. Okay, so last Tuesday, during the Janthier launch, the amount of views that it says my stream got on that Tuesday when I was on the front page was 352,000 views. Now, it says average viewers was 7,000. To put that into perspective, on Monday before that, my average views was 6.5 thousand, and my average viewers was 372. So good. We went from 6,000 to 350,000 on the front page, because when you're on Twitch's front page, that is literally an embed. They just re-embed your stream on the front of their site, and then anyone who hits the site hits you for a second, and then maybe they click you, maybe they don't. Gilgen supports Valen too, that's fun. Valen makes a lot of the guys. I don't know what the conversation has been between them. I assume it was the same as it was between me. Valen is more invested in the Gilgen site than I am. Like, I make guides, and I'm like, hey, if this goes hand in hand with any of your written guides, feel free to, cross-plug them. And anytime I make something, I send a link to Jen if she wishes to use it. And if she does use it, I take her written guide and link it in my video guide in the description. But Valen actually writes some of the written guides on the website. So he's actually got the keys to the castle kind of thing. So that's a little different. Which lunch X-Pack you liked more, Ehantir or Soto? Which lunch X-Pack? Okay, I'm gonna try to translate this. Do you mean which launch did I like more, Janthier or Soto? Which launch? I liked them both. Like, I liked Soto at launch. I didn't really like the Neos releases. I think they kind of fell flat. But at launch, I enjoyed Soto, like fighting Saris and stuff like that. It was dark, it was gritty, I liked it. And Janthier has been good in a different way. I enjoyed both of them. I want a lunch X-Pack, yeah. Most of the drop drama, I was lurking on Twitch and walking. Most of the drop period, I was lurking on Twitch and watching on YouTube. Hey, whatever works. You know how I got my drops is one night, as I went to bed, I had an Iron Maiden stream open, and I went to sleep. I crashed. And the next morning, I was watching, I think RTO TV, and she had rated him. And so I had my drops. All 10 hours was done. I had all of them done. Valen's really talented at keeping his head and dealing with trolls very well, so I'd be surprised if they got their tables turned upside them. I have no idea. But no, I'm not going to talk about this every day because it takes a long period of time to get through it, but I have no problem talking about this, and if any of them want to see, what I said, you can point them to this stream. Hopefully they watch it from the beginning. I'm a returning player. I have lots of things in my bank, and I have no clue why I saved. Should I create a new character and try to remember everything I forgot, or go through all the bank stuff to look at what's good? Hey, Nocturne. Nocturne? That makes me think of the League of Legends Nocturne. So, a couple of small tips. Anything that's a gray text item is something you just vendor. So you just go to the vendor, you hit sell, and hit sell junk. And anything that's gray text in your bag gets sold and is gone. So you can get those out of the bank and just sell those. Anything that says trophy is a quest item, and you probably finished that quest already, and you can usually just destroy those. Anything else, I recommend doing something like hold on a sec, I'm gonna turn my camera off so you see my chat box here, okay? So /wiki space shift click the thing you want. So it says /wiki space Eotride Ingots, and then I'll hit enter, and then that is going to open the wiki page for that item. And then you can see what it's used for and see if you want to keep it or trash it or sell it or whatever. And just, you do that in doses, You don't have to clean your whole bank in a day, but you just knock out a few items each day, you'll get it done. Muck, on a side note, we got the 1-year-old's haircut and he looks like a whole different person, so much older. Lol. The wiki trick is neat, yes. And then you find out Eotrite ingots are useless. Eotrite ingots sell for between 1 and 2 gold per stack to a vendor, so at least sell them to an NPC. Yeah, you can shift click. Yes. Yeah, you can shift click an item in your bag to link it into the chat. That also works for like you know, equipment if you want, you know, someone to see it just so they can preview it or something like that. Deposit material is good too. Yeah, deposit material is a button up here at the top right. It sends anything that is a material. So like, hang on just a second here. Okay, so here's a few materials right here. If I hit deposit material, all of those will go straight to my material storage bank. Mike, do you think you'll play Civ when it comes out as your first Civ game? I am really enjoying Total War Warhammer 3 because it is, you know, the fantasy of it. Civ to me is just like, it's Warhammer but without all the demons and magic and the cool stuff. So I can't promise that I'll try it, but if there's enough people that vote on it on the game recommendation sheet, then maybe I will. Did someone say Warhammer 3? Yes. Yeah, still playing the rats on that. Okay, hang on a second. I was not quite done with my daily routine. I put it on pause while we were talking about the Nike accusations. Lord Nurgle. We actually just recently finished doing a Nurgle campaign. Played Tamarcon. That was my first one. How was the stream of Black Myth Wukong? Dude, it was so amazing. It was stunning. Hang on a sec. I have... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You are a loaf. What was that sound? All right. One sec. All right, so this was... I'm going to hide myself. This was last night. This was me playing it last night. This is from the tutorial. This is not a spoiler. Ah! Oh, it's a cinematic now. I was still trying to play.
The Celestial Court welcomes you, foul monkey, yet you remain untamed. None shall save you now.
Dear brother, your edge needs honing. Good. I was in need of a back scratcher.
And you see there's like all these gods in the background watching the whole thing. Dude, it was so good. Like, in terms of visually stunning, the sound was stunning, the gameplay was smooth, it was fluid. It was just flat out fun to play, and I'm looking forward to getting back into it again. Is that a League of Legends story game or coincidence? So, I'm gonna assume this is a real question. There is a book that is very old called, what is it, Journey to the West? And in it is a character, Wukong, Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. It is the reason that League of Legends has a character named Wukong. It is the reason that Black Myth Wukong has a character named Wukong. It is also the namesake that they used for Son Goku, which translates to Wukong in the native tongue. And all of those stem from, yeah, the Forgotten Kingdom. Yes. That is where it comes from. So any reference you've seen to like a Monkey King with a staff that can shapeshift and stuff like that. Sometimes he'll pluck out a hair and it'll turn into clones of himself, stuff like that. That all stems from that. That all comes from that. It's been pretty funny. Honestly, though, I was trolling people too a little last night. I'm like, yeah, this is based off of Goku and Dragon Ball Z. And it's just like people angrily typing, and I'm like, guys, I know, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. Yours too has a Monkey King? Yep, it does. Even Soul Sold and Survivors has a Monkey King now? Yep, it does. I just used an endless upgrade extractor instead of selling it on the TP. Do you think it's worth it? An upgrade extractor. You can use that to make profit. It takes a lot of work. There are some items where you can buy the item, use the endless extractor to extract the runes and sigils and stuff out of the item, and sell those runes and sigils, and then salvage the item that you extracted the stuff out of. However, you do have to do that a lot of times to make just a pure profit. But it, you know, also just anytime you need it, you've got it there. Mug, is legendary mastery needed for crafting the envoy set? Is legendary crafting? No, I don't think so. I think the legendary crafting Tyrian Mastery is for crafting Gen 1 and 2 weapons. It's been a few years. I think that's how it is. If I recall, you could pay Learton Ectos to circumvent that one. Oh, we already did that one. Okay. All right. Let's see. Hey, Mock. Hey, Heisen, what's up? I was always intrigued with Guild Wars 2, but I never really understood it, and so I gave up. Lone Star, if you got any questions, let me know. We're happy to answer them here. It says in the last mastery it's needed for hot legendaries. Yeah. Hang on a sec. Let me log in. Now, hot is Heart of Thorns. Heart of Thorns legendaries is Generation 2 weapons. Hang on. Yeah, you can now purchase components necessary for the creation of Heart of Thorns legendary weapons. It says legendary weapons right there on the thing. Yeah, so this, and this are tier 1 legendary weapons, and this is tier 2 legendary, or Gen 2 legendary weapons. What's a good simple daily activity I can start doing to make progress towards Soto legendary armor? Alt parking in Soto treasure chest areas, or doing a couple of rifts each day, stuff like that, or a meta in Soto. Muck, are you possibly going to play Star Wars Outlaw? I've seen, okay, when I look at that, it looks like a game I'm willing to try. I don't have any love or hate for it when I look at it. I'm willing to try it. However, I will say I've seen a lot of clips in the last 24 hours that make it look really bad. Like, you know, it just like, you know, people clipping through things and like breaking through the walls and stuff like that. What are the emotes to unlock? Squirt. I once got an infinite extract from BL chest. I could have sold it for a ton of money, but the peace of mind it gives you when playing around with builds without having leggies is nice. Yeah. Convergence plus weekly convergence is good simple farm for leggy armor. I'd recommend a convergence a day or at least 3 a week. I want to get back into the game. Last thing I've done since EOD content, I've seen your review about Soto, but it was released before all the big updates were out. Do you recommend the XMAC or should I just jump to Janther Wilds directly? There is a few things to consider there. Hang on a second here. Okay. All right, so Soto and Janther Wilds. So the expansions, all right, so there's core game, Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire, End of Dragons. Imagine these as 4 chapters of a book. This is the start of book 2. So these are chapters 1 and 2 of book 2. So if you go straight to Janther Wilds, if you care about the story, you will be missing out on some stuff. Because Soto is chapter 1, Janther Wilds is chapter 2. If you care about the story, you'd want to play Soto first. If you don't care about the story, then fine. What else does Soto have? Soto has some cool strike missions, convergences, so that's repeatable content. I can't tie it. Convergences. Also, Soto has weapon mastery, and the new weapons for each class. New weapons per class, such as Necromancer swords. Okay? Weapon Mastery allows you to use your elite spec weapons on your other elite specs. So like Druid Staff on Soul Beast. Okay? So these open a lot of builds, right? There's a lot of builds you can't play without those. Okay? Janther Wilds will have raids, which is repeatable content, and also has spears. Spears is kind of compared to this. It opens up a lot of new builds. So both of them are going to have things that they offer you for both story or repeatable content or build crafting, etc. Mug, given how often you already talked about this, why don't you just save this argument? Because I don't know, because I'm stupid, that's why. Does home realm affect anything? These days, all that matters is whether or not you're NA or EU. So just get on the region you want to be on. But the individual server doesn't matter. It used to, it doesn't now. There's a leggy for every slot in the equipment menu aside from Rebreather. That is true. Imagine not having played any expansion and then playing that first. Eye Eternal, chapter of Janther. Yeah. There was a really unfortunate sponsored stream I saw with Soda Poppin'. Who's a huge World of Warcraft streamer. And the sponsored stream was basically like an hour of him trying to figure out how to make his character and boost his character and finish like the boost, you know, in the boost area. Was it Dry Top? And he finally finishes it and starts Janther, and then it's like 45 minutes of talking. When they finished this sponsored stream, he hadn't done any combat after he boosted to 80. And it was like, it was so unfortunate. It was so unfortunate, because it kind of made me have the realization that for sponsored streams, Janther's not good. It's not good. Like, because if you're just like, hey, I'm gonna pay you, you know, billions to play our game for 2 hours, the first hour is just talking, and they're not gonna have any idea what it's about, because it's a huge, awesome lore moment if you've already played the game. But if you don't play the game, the beginning chapter of Janther is like, what is going on? The bears need help. Yeah, it's like it's a big unskippable cutscene. Should have given them a boosted account like you had in the pre-release video. Something like that, yeah. But then, like, when I was in the pre-release video, I basically had access to just go anywhere, including Janther. But if I had, if you tell them, like, yeah, go up to Lowland Shore on the map, like, I don't know if they're gonna figure out what to do. I think that they would need some guidance. Hi. Chip is peeking in. He has things to say. What? So much to say. So much to say. Let's see. Significance is the only thing ANET should have done is given them a boosted account with immediate access to Lowlands and let them just do events and jump on the work log. Maybe. I'm not sure what the right answer is, but it's definitely unfortunate how it turned out. They probably regret how that went. Tamanson said, I've been checking in on Whoops. I don't know who that is. Return to Guild Wars 2. He would offer a sponsored stop, but instead he and his friends decided they were having fun and are blowing through the story start to finish, learning the game and actually enjoying it. Again, I don't know who that is, but that's awesome. I hope I do truly hope that they're enjoying it. Silver Waste is such a weird place to start boosting characters. The map works completely different than every other map. So yeah, Silver Waste was something that they just decided to use a very long time ago, and it's never changed ever since. Radical says, why are you on the bottom of Guild Gen? Hello, Radical. I just spent like 30 minutes talking about this. If you rewind the stream, my answer to that is there in very explicit detail. Also, not even a hello. That's your first chat in here. You didn't even say hi. I'm sorry, but how does that even happen if you're ANET? Like, you know the story is boring. Why? Well, I mean, no, they don't know the story is boring. It's just sometimes it takes a different perspective. Like, when I played the first chapter of Janther, I thought that was freaking amazing. I was, dude, in that meeting with all the leaders, they had leaders from Divinity's Reach in the core game, from the freaking frogs in Heart of Thorns, from Alona in Path of Fire, they had the Empress from Cantha in End of Dragons. They had many of the side races, like the Skrit and the Coden were there from like Living World Season 1, 2, 3, 4. They had Dugan Keen from the book was there. Like, they had characters there from every expansion, every Living World season, and the novels were in that meeting. It was a lore grenade went off in that room. It was awesome, but if you haven't played the game before, probably sucked. Like, I can get that. I can understand if you haven't played the game before, that it was just like blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, oh my god. Did you talk to Dougal the second time you went back? No, I think I just talked to him the first time. Let's see. There are enough people that love Silver Waste exactly how it is and will write if anything changes. There's even a song telling me about Silver Waste. Well, no, Ritola, they're not talking about changing the Silver Waste. They're talking about changing where you do the boosting experience. Like, if you use a character boost right now, you appear in Silver Waste. They're saying maybe there should be like a separate, different zone for that to make it easier on new people. I get that, and for me, Guild Wars 2 player is awesome too, but they know Soda Poppin is not Guild Wars 2 player, right? Well, Soda Poppin is a WoW player. And so like that'd be like if I got sponsored to try Final Fantasy 14 or Elder Scrolls Online for a day. Now I have played those a little bit already, but my point is that like I can take my MMO experience and grasp those games more easily, rather than like if you take some like do you guys remember when I did the Plunder Storm tournament? Fairlight, my partner, he had never played an MMO. He had to learn to turn his character. He's like, what do you mean you hold the right mouse button down all the time? What is this? You know, and I was like laughing and trying to show him like he couldn't even do basic movement. You know, he had been in tournaments for like FPSs and stuff, but he didn't know basic MMO movement. So like there is very much a skill set for MMO players that carries over between them. I'm pretty sure Summit 1G and Ninja were big Guild Wars 2 players before all the fame. Summit, I don't know if he was like a big Guild Wars 2 player before the fame, but I know there was a period of time where he came in and was playing a lot of Guild Wars 2, and he was doing. I was so bummed out about how that went because I was trying to contact them, and essentially, he was like, "I'm gonna PvP first, and once I've mastered PvP and I can beat anyone in PvP, then I'll play the story and learn how the rest of the game works." And I was like, No, don't do that. And then like a week later, he quit the game. Now, we still got a massive influx of new players from his time there, because every day he was playing Guild Wars 2, he had like 10,000 eyes on the game. But yeah, the way that he experienced the game, I would not have. There was a bunch of people in Hardstock, like Teapot's crew, who got in groups with Summit, and they took him like right into like platinum PvP. And I was like, why are you doing this? You know, it's like, you know, it's like he's trying to drink from a fire hose. It was like way too much information at once. If Muck doesn't read this comment in 10 seconds, he's legally required to give 5 subs. Yo, my sub count right now is actually, but because of like the Janthier launch and the Twitch drops, and then the, what was it, the Mutiny Monday we had yesterday, this is like one of the highest sub counts I've ever had right now. The chance to be a sub in my chat has never been higher than this moment. Tell me you're kidding. No, that actually happened. There was also, when he was running around open world, there was constantly like 20 to 50 people following him and standing on him at all times. Like, he was given a horrible early experience of Guild Wars 2, I feel like. And I tried messaging his mods. I was like, hey, I'm one of the Guild Wars 2 guide makers. I'm one of the content creators for the game. I would love to help him out. And like, I will just sit there silently for hours in a call, and he can ask me questions when he wants to ask them, and I will answer them, and I won't like, you know, tell him what to do or anything. And they were like, that actually, because I actually talked to what's her name? It's like Chip or something like that. Chip, not Chip the cat. His girlfriend's a streamer, and she was there, and she's another big streamer. I just don't know. I can't recall her name, but she was like, honestly, that sounds exactly like what he needs, but he's really pissed off right now, so I don't want to talk to him about it right now. I'm like, okay. And he ended up quitting the game like 2 days later. And I'm like, oh my god. So I mean, they threw him into the deep end like way too fast. But unfortunately, it is what it is. But it absolutely brought in a new wave of players. And like, keep in mind, you know, I've got those 100+ guides for Guild Wars 2. I see another spike on my YouTube channel whenever a new wave of players hits the game. And that happened when he was there. Even though he didn't stay, a large amount of people saw it, liked it, did stay. This is why I loved how Preach Gaming did his start. It was so good at trying everything blind. Yeah. Asmund had that experience in FF14. Yeah, he did. I remember seeing videos on that, him running around and just hordes of people following him, and he like couldn't do anything. I'm a newbie and fresh 80. I turned 80 a few days ago. I wanted to say thank you for your videos. There's a lot to learn about this game, and they helped. On that note, which one of your videos do you recommend for learning how to make gold? Oh crap, it's Chris. Hello, Chris. I'm gonna link a video called My Daily Routine. Now look, there are hundreds of ways in this game to make gold. You can do almost anything in this game and make gold slowly. There are a list of activities that you can do in the game that give you a lot of gold for a few seconds of work. The catch is that you can only do those things once a day. I just made a list of those things and I just do them every day. And that keeps me with enough money that I can buy anything I want. I'm curious, was there a sudden surge in views that surprised you? Do you mean like when Janthier launched? Can you give me a timetable, Vin? Do you mean like today? Do you mean like, you know, this week? Do you mean like over the full time I've been a streamer for the last 6 years? Like, what do you mean? Hello, Chris. My problem with Preach is he latched onto certain memes the community flooded him with, and it's really colored his perception of some things. I mean, Preach is trying to master, like, every MMO on the market, so, you know, it's going to happen. I think he's a good guy. Rather than fan hoarding and spamming streamers trying the game for the first time, I like to just give them a salvage-o-matic and bags and slots and let them go. I think that's a good way of doing it. There was a lot of people that mailed them bags for sure. What are we talking about? I went to pee. I'm just, you know, this has kind of become like a Q&A. I'm just answering questions like crazy right now. Mug, is there a good way to find people with full homesteads I can farm? This is, you're gonna hate this answer. You're gonna have to talk to people. Like, you know, like whenever I'm farming mine each day, you're welcome to just ping me and you can join me for mine. But you're just asking your guild chat, you know, maybe ask in town, things like that. He means ever since the beginning of time. Beginning of time, have some bits. Thank you, Captain. Is buying the item daily for exchange to Provisioner's token good way to obtain them? Is buying item daily for exchange to Prov token? Okay, so Provisioner's tokens. There is a lot of ways to get them. Secrets of the Obscure added a lot of new ways. The ways that I used to get them when I needed them is, I believe, in Lion's Arch, right here is a Provisioner token guy that will take ectoplasms. In the Black Citadel, right here is a guy that will take obsidian. In Heart of Thorns, right here is someone. What did they take? Was it like armor plating? It was something from hot metas. And then right here is a guy that takes, I think, like auric dust or auric ingots or something like that. And I would visit those, and I'd get like 4 or 5 a day. However, in Secrets of the Obscure over here, there's a bunch of Provisioner merchants that will take like basic materials like mithril and wood and stuff like that. So you can do those now, and some people will find those easier. When did you start playing Guild Wars 2? Kat says, when did you start playing Guild Wars 2? I played it at launch, like 10 years ago. I played Guild Wars 1. I saw Guild Wars 2 on a shelf in a store, and I was like, I'm going to try it, and I got it. I enjoyed it. I played it for a few months. I got bored. I then went off and did something else for like 5 years. I came back after Path of Fire, and I have been hooked into the game ever since and not been able to get away. I started trying out making like YouTube videos, and I got kind of lucky, and now I get to do this as like my job. But at this point, I've made like, 170 guides for the game. I've been branching out a lot the last couple years, so like if you look on my YouTube channel, I've got a lot of videos for other games as well now. But like this is, my number one thing. Anytime something new comes out in this, I'm always like immediately back here and making guides on it, stuff like that. So I've been actively playing it for 5 to 6 years. I dabbled in it 10 years ago. Oh, 12 years ago, sorry. The Tentacle Tool Guide was 169. It might have been. Like happens when harder reads out opportunity. Yeah. No, that's exactly true. Like, I actually dislike it sometimes when people say like, oh, you got lucky. And it's like, yeah, I did get lucky, but that kind of makes it to where, you don't really consider like the hard work aspect. Because like, you have to do, on Twitch, you have to do hard work for the luck to hit. If you don't do the hard work, the luck will never hit. But on the flip side, even if you do the hard work, the luck might never get there, Like, Pirate Software, who's absolutely blown up recently, he was streaming to like 50 viewers for like 5 years, and then YouTube found him, and now he streams to thousands every single day. That was like an almost overnight thing, but it took him like 5 years for that overnight thing to happen. Ding Sung says, I played it for over 1 year at launch, and I didn't play Guild Wars 2 for 7 years. If it had a sub fee and vertical progression, I would probably never return. Huge benefit if Guild Wars 2 works. It is the number one MMO for respecting your time, I feel like. Yeah. You can step away and come back, and you don't need to like raise your level cap or get new item level gear. You just have to remember how to play. Muck, what's the easiest way to obtain Ascended Spear? If you have 1,000 AA points, you can get one right here. Falling Star quest license. This is a short, fun little quest that gives you Ascended Gauntlet and an Ascended Spear. It's, imagine, the story is like the spear fell like a meteorite, and it's embedded in the ground, and it melted the ground around it, and you can't get it out, and they make this super gauntlet that can pull the spear out. So you end up with the gauntlet, which is a new Ascended Glove, and the spear, which is an Ascended Spear. Isn't there a weapon box? Yeah, I think there's a weapon box too. Yeah, so I guess there's this as well. If you don't need the glove, this is cheaper. Yeah, true. Isn't that one locked to a specific stat? Glad you brought that up. So if you ever get an Ascended item and you're like, yes, my first Ascended spear or whatever, and it's the wrong stats, don't worry, you could change them. So Guild Wars 2 stat change. All right, so this right here, and let me try to do dark mode on this page because it's a flashbang. Okay, so it's like a few gold. You can change the stats on any ascended weapon or armor. Basically you throw the old one with some new stuff into the Mystic Forge, and the one you want comes out. Not a big deal. Now, just remember, do not have any runes, infusions, or sigils in the weapon that you care about because they will get deleted because you basically get back a new item. But never be sad that you got an ascended item with the wrong stats. Be just happy you got an ascended item. You can change the stats. How does Guild Wars 2 treat streaming with Blish or other add-ons like Reshade? 11D5er, I am an ArenaNet partner. I have a referral link, which means I have a lot to lose if I do something that would break their rules. They do not care about things like Blish HUD. Hi. Hi. I'm getting yelled at. Hi. I'm getting yelled at. Okay, the short answer is they are not currently bothered by Blish HUD or Arc DPS or any of the popular add-ons. There have been times in the past where they have said, hey, we no longer want this add-on in our game, and the add-on developers were like, okie dokie, and they turned it off. And that was it. So, I am one person with a lot to lose if I am doing something they don't want done. So if they change their mind on that, you will see me stop using it immediately. But that's how it is right now. It is completely fine at this time, and it has been for years. Mount wheel? Yeah, there's the mount wheel. Yep. I just started. I was worried if I had to try to hide it. You do not. You do not. And again, I'm proof of that. What does Blish HUD do? Blish HUD is an overlay. Imagine, if you don't know what an overlay is, I'm just going to describe it in simple terms. Imagine instead of looking at your backyard, you're looking through your window at your backyard. And then you could draw on the window, okay? So like, here is a list of events that are about to start happening in the game. Here is a mount wheel. I can access this right here. Okay, let's say I'm like, hey, this weapon has 600 range. What is 600 range, okay? It draws it in the game for me, okay? It is just helpful things that you can turn on or off. Blish HUD is essentially a library that has 50 different mods in it, and then after installing Blish HUD, which is one installation, you can go into the list of modules and turn on any of these that you want. There is a guide for Blish HUD in the chat right now if you want it. But because it's an overlay and it's not an add-on, it also doesn't break whenever there's a new patch. Most add-ons break, overlays don't. So that's cool too. But yeah, it's another content creator made it. I made a video showing people how to use it. I use it every day. It's just a very helpful tool with a huge library of neat things in it. You can also customize it pretty well. Yes. Global inventory search. Yeah, global inventory search is cool. It's like, let's say I'm like, I can't remember where I put my Mystic coins. I can type in Mystic, and it searches my entire account for the word Mystic, and says, hey, in your bank you got this, on your mat storage you got this, shared inventory has this, on your character named Mukluk likes shinies, that's a thief, you've got this, on Mukluk the avatar, you got this. You can literally search your whole account for something you misplaced and find it instantly with the bag search tool. So that's really cool. There's a lot of neat stuff in there. The Dark Souls messaging add-on. Yeah, there's a overlay thing where you can leave notes on the ground like it's Dark Souls, and other people can find them. That other people that also have the add-on or overlay. I wasn't expecting to stand in town and answer questions for 90 minutes, but I'm enjoying this, so hopefully you guys don't hate it. Any add-ons for Blish that you would recommend? I'm currently using Event Table or Event Timers, which lets me just see this. It's the exact same as if you did /wiki_ET to open the Event Timers webpage on the wiki, but it shows it in game so I don't have to tab out and go to a browser. I also use the Mounts and More menu, so instead of having to have 9 different hotkeys for my mounts, I can just hold X, mouse over the one I want, and release the X key. So I have all my mounts on one button. So that's really good. Regions of Tyria is just a for fun thing. It doesn't do any quality of life, but if you hold on, when I zone into this zone, there's going to be some text that flashes on the screen here. All right, see this? That's Regions of Tyria. It's just a fun loading screen thing. I actually get asked about that one almost more than anything else, but that's in Blish HUD as well. You could turn that on if you like it. What else? The bag search thing is cool. When I said there's 50 things in it, that was not an exaggeration. There's 50 things in it. You can set, there's one that's like a jukebox. You can set certain songs to play under certain conditions. There was a period of time where every time I got on my turtle mount, it would play the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song. You know, you can do some really goofy stuff with it. But yeah, there's some crazy things. Grab says, hi, I started playing like a month ago. I'm addicted. I bought Path of Fire and Hot. I really wanted the Sky Scale, but I'm wondering what X-Pack I should buy next. Any advice? So yeah, what's up, Grav? Welcome. So it depends on what you, wait, someone says, hey, Muck, do you answer questions on YouTube as well? I am trying to go back and forth between both of them. Yes, Emma. It depends on what feature you want. Like, if you want story, after Path of Fire, you should go to End of Dragons. If you, after Path of Fire, you should go to Living World Season 4, and then End of Dragons. But if you just want features, every single expansion has different features. Like, the thing I care about most is stuff for customizing my character. End of Dragons had elite specs, like engineers could become a mechanist. Soto had weapon mastery, which gives you more weapon options. And Janthier has spears, which gives you more build options as well. So it just depends on what you're looking for. Do you care about, like, you know, 10-man instance content or 5-man instance content, or the ability to customize your character more, or PvP, or World v World, or the story, etc., etc. There's add-ons for Guild Wars 2. Yes, there is add-ons for Guild Wars 2. I have guides for many of the big ones. Not all of them, but many of them, which I'll link in the chat right now. But that is a page with add-on guides. Does Blitz give you the ability to add permanent markers to maps for things you want to visit over and over? Off the top of my head, I don't know of a Blish HUD module that does that. There might be one, and I just don't know about it because there are like 50. How important is Living World to a story-based character? Can you skip them and still understand major expansion plots? It's pretty important. It's for story, Living World is pretty important. Let me give you an example. After the base game, there was Living World.
I love the Q&A.
There was a Living World Season 1 and 2. Then you go into Heart of Thorns. I went into Heart of Thorns without playing Season 1 and 2, and I was extremely confused. I was like, who is Kaith, and why am I pissed at her for stealing my eggs? What is going on? Why am I so bad about eggs? And what I didn't know was that in Season 1 and 2, she stole a dragon egg. They don't mention that in Heart of Thorns. It was a dragon egg, and that was a problem. But in Heart of Thorns, they're just like, give me back the egg! And I'm like, why am I screaming about an egg? I was so confused. Yeah, it says a lot. Also, in my opinion, Living World Season 4 is the best writing in the entire game. It is phenomenal. It made like there were moments I got chills and the hair on the back of my neck stood up. The writing in Living World Season 4 is my favorite story beats in the entire franchise. Probably some marker pack has you already covered, Snippy says. What do you think of the Nexus add-on by Raidcore? So I briefly looked at it when it first came out, and I got a bunch of nerds that I trust to glance at it, and the code for the Nexus thing was sketch. So I never downloaded it or tried it because of that. It seemed like what they want to do is be a competitor to Blish, which is fine. A competition is fine. But it essentially did the same stuff that Blish does for me. So I wasn't going to download something that I thought might be fishy that I already had a program for. So I haven't actually tried it out. However, if, you know, those worries are alleviated down the road, I'll try it out and I'll, you know, do like a video about my experience with it. But that's been my situation so far. Muck, when you vote to use or not to use the Scepter of Ore, it doesn't matter. If you say yes, they will not let you use the Scepter on the Titans. Gotcha. Yeah, I kind of didn't think that they were going to do like a branching story path there. I kind of figured that in some... Do you guys remember in... Alright, I'm going to be vague here because I don't want to ruin it. In Drizzlewood Coast, in the story, there's a moment where you do a vote, and I was so excited, and then it doesn't matter, because the guy you're doing the vote for, he doesn't last much longer. And so what you voted on, it was like you choose A or B, and it doesn't matter at all. So I was like, ah. But if you're new to the game, pre-like level 40, your choices matter, because there's like a million branching story paths, but then they all come together by level 80, and then it's basically a linear story after that. Hot take, IBS would have topped Living World Season 4 if it didn't drop a quality near the end. Yeah. For those who weren't active players at that time, basically, Icebrood Saga. He's talking about Icebrood Saga, not Irritable Bowel Syndrome. Icebrood Saga, near the end of it, it felt extremely rushed. And it was probably because, one, a lot of staff at ArenaNet had been laid off. And two, they were basically just all of a sudden, after 5 years, were told, make an expansion. We're greenlighting it. And they're like, oh god. And so they started having to make End of Dragons, and they probably left like a skeleton crew finishing Icebrood Saga off. They were just like, yo, wrap this up. So Icebrood Saga was really awesome, and then just had this abrupt, weird ending. So that was unfortunate for sure. When are you going to have a life-changing conversation with Rose regarding his feelings towards Asuras? I don't think... I actually got to talk with Rose recently, sort of, for the very first time. I was chatting with him just in my stream chat. He stopped by when I was playing, I think it was Pyre. If any of you haven't seen Pyre, it's an early game that was made by the people who made Hades and Bastion. It's a pretty cool game. But we played Pyre recently, and he was in my chat, and we chatted it up during that point. That was the first time I'd actually talked to him in real time and not like YouTube comments. Having to play IBS 3 or 4 times due to all the updates was awful. Wait, what? Awful. First half of IBS is amazing. Dude, I loved how spooky they tried to make it, Rajani. When, okay, I like grimdark stuff. Diablo, Warhammer, 40k, stuff like that. I like that kind of storytelling. You know, it's not quite like horror, but, you know, it's dark. I like that. And they tried to do that in early Icebrood Saga with the Bone Skinner and Jormag whispering in your head and stuff like that. That was cool. I was digging that. I was digging it. Oh, Artio, what's up, dude? Artio, I silently was hanging out in your channel for drops the other day. I got all my drops watching Iron Maiden and then you. I was a sleepy boy, but I was in your chat. Jarvag is actually a cool villain. Genius manipulation. Dragon is sick. Yep. Don't like his ending, but yeah. Do you think Living World Season 2 will ever be free? Also, how to give fish to Shading Willow in Jawi? Janther Wilds. Because when I select the dialogue option to give the fish, it does nothing. Okay, the second thing, I do not know the answer to. Do I think Living World Season 2 will ever be free? I don't know. I think it's cool that they made Heart of Thorns free with Path of Fire. Living World Season 2 has been out so long, I would love to see, each batch of Living Worlds be included with their respective expansion. So, like, 1 and 2 be, well, 1 is free, but like, 2 be with Heart of Thorns. And then, 4 comes with Path of Fire, stuff like that. I would like to see them packed with each expansion. I think that would be good, but I don't work for ArenaNet. That's just my thoughts on it. Stupid question mark, but how would you suggest... Hold on.
This is Patrick!
Question mark, how would you suggest to use racial skill? To test a racial skill? For testing anything, the best place to go is in the Lion's Arch. You go down here, and there's a room here. There's like a portal right here that zones into here, okay? When you're in there, this is the aerodrome. This is where all the raid entrances are, but there's also a portal over here for a testing room. When you're in there, you can spawn a dummy and do anything you want on the dummy. You can also, you have a special action key that resets all your cooldowns. So you can test your ultimate, reset it, test it again, reset it, etc., etc., etc. It's the best room in the game for just testing crap.
Greetings.
I think it was free in the 10-year event. The release trailer for a bug in the system was peak advertising. The Dark Soul remake of Fear Not This Night was absolutely amazing. I actually don't immediately know what you're talking about with that one. Muck, what chapter is Sorrow in These Halls for Janther? What chapter? Sorrow in These Halls is chapter 10, the last one. Muck, your chair is vanishing? That's fine. We had to turn off the filter program yesterday because my GPU hit 100% playing Black Myth Wukong. And while it was, because I unhooked some stuff and it changed my video feed, the green screen needs to be calibrated again. So now we have a fuzzy chair. Are Twitch drops over? Yes, they lasted from Tuesday until Sunday night. So they were there for 6 days. Calibrated with paint? No, I mean, I can freaking do it right now. I'll show you. One sec. All right, so this is the scene that controls my camera. And then I go here, and then there's the settings to the green screen. All right, so there's a slider here for how much green it picks up. This is one end of the slider, and this is the other end of the slider. Yeah, so basically you use this to control what is getting cropped out. Basically, it's like, how much green do I remove? And you change this. So if you're wearing a green shirt, this doesn't work very well. So like, that is pretty close. And then we just go back to this scene. That's how the technology works. You basically, you just have a slider for how green are we removing, and then you just move it. Monk, what is your thoughts about the new meta in Janthier? For me, it's kind of unfair, heavily buffed on HP, and some difficulty with a robot and Mount Maelstrom. The new meta, I thought it was fine. Like, okay, so there's no pre-event. It's just like, boom, here's the boss, get in there, get messy. And you just dive into it, right? There's, what is it, Greer has all of the puddles that corrupt your boons. Muck that guy. I go over to the other one that has like lightning everywhere, because I'd rather not have my boons corrupted. So I go fight the lightning one, Decima, I think? And then you fight it, you don't stand in red circles, you do stand in green circles, and occasionally you do a ribbon dance around her with the chain of the Warclaw, and you make sure they die at the same time. I don't think it's that bad. They do have a lot of health, but you know, you're fighting it with like 50 people. I don't think it's that bad. Have you already got your red phone configured so you can tell ANET to create a skip function for dialogue? Oh my gosh. I am not under the illusion that I can control things over at ArenaNet, but it's fun to pretend. But it might be fun to have a red phone prop, just like with clearly a dangly cord. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yo, look, I have a bug report for Druid that is over 5 years old. Okay, I really need you to understand, I'm just noisy, right? I am someone who is blessed with a large audience. That doesn't mean I can make changes happen at ArenaNet. If I could, I would get some bugs on my main class fixed. Muck is the CEO. Yes, I sabotage my own class just as a cover story. Muck, FYI, raid trophies can be bought from what's-her-name in the raid wings to the Homestead if you didn't know that. I did stumble across that. I had like a Mordramoth horn or something in my bag, and I found an NPC in my Homestead that wanted it, and I was like, what the heck? So I assume I can use it for like decorations there or something like I can in guild halls. That was a surprise. You did make them turn the API on back the other day. Yeah, that was all me. Mug, which legendary do you recommend starting from in terms of value and time and usefulness? 100%, my answer for that is Season of the Dragons. There is a legendary called it's called the Prismatic Champion's Regalia. It's an amulet. It's from an achievement called Season of the Dragons. It requires having all of the early Living World Season 4, Living World Season whatevers, and the expansions. It is the only legendary that is a achievement reward, which means the whole time you're working on it, you're playing the game, you're making money, you're getting loot, and then you just get it. You don't have to craft it, so you don't spend money on it. So it is the only legendary you're making money while you work on it. Then you can use the resources you get while making that one to make your second one. But plus it's an amulet, so every character on your account can use an amulet, you know? If you make a sword, you might have a character that doesn't use swords or a, staff or whatever. Or if you make heavy armor, you might have a character with light armor that can't use it. Amulet, everyone can use. So I constantly tell people that that's my first one, unless you are not interested in getting all the story stuff. You work on other legis while getting it? Yeah. I meant the receipt for the raid trophies. Oh, okay, then I guess I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's a link in the chat right now that Jackals just posted. Thank you, Jackals, to the webpage that has all the guides I've made for legendaries. And on it, there is one video, if you scroll down, that says, like, the only free legendary, which is this. And there's so many people like, this isn't free, I had to buy the game. It's like, yes, you have to pay for the game you're playing. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, free in terms of, like, in-game gold. All right, free in terms of in-game resources. All right, it's time. It's basically you play the game and you get this one. You also, while you're working on it, you get a huge stack of a max stack of every Living World Season 3 and 4 currency, and you can use those to get past the difficult steps of like Skyscale, Aurora, Vision. All of those require that currency, so it might be handy for those. Monk, your Boon DPS Druid inspired me to try something similar with Spear Guardian. Oh, I hope it works out for you. Not to brag or anything, I've been killed by quite a few Spear Guardians. I was PvPing a lot the other day. Yo, Guardian and Warrior Spear both seems to be break that guy's legs, and when he can't move, make it rain spears on him. Like, that's their strat, and it hurts a lot. Muck, what can you say about pre-ordering Janthier Wilds will only get you 3 glyphs, and those buying after release are getting 6 glyphs? That was absolutely not intended. So here's the thing. When you pre-order Janthier Wilds, you got tentacles, and the tentacles had no glyphs. And then they were like, you know what? We feel bad about that. If you buy Janthier Wilds after the launch of the game, you will get it with glyphs. If you pre-ordered it, we're going to add an NPC to the game where you can trade your non-glyph versions for glyph versions so that you don't get left out. We wish we had given you glyphs. And you know what? Cool. Thank you. Respect. Here's the problem. What the people that got the set, the ones after launch, the people that got it, they can basically do this, remove glyph, then trade this to the guy and get back one with a glyph, and now they've got an extra glyph. So there's some people that so really what it is ArenaNet, the way they chose to fix this was easily abused. Okay, so they should have implemented a fix in a different way. The ideal, I think, would have been if you got a mail in game that just says, "Hey, we meant to give you this." Boom. I'm guessing the reason that they didn't do that is they didn't keep a list of those people or something. You know, they just didn't have a readily accessible list of the accounts that did it. Because if you think about it, if I buy a Janthier Deluxe Edition and I gift it to someone, like I just give it to one of you on stream, they know that I bought it. They don't know which account ended up with it. So they didn't, you know, they had to just put in a thing in the game where the players themselves fix it. Unfortunately, the way they chose to go about doing it was very easily exploitable. So do I think they meant for that to happen? Hell no, I don't. I don't think they're going to take them away now that it's happened, but it is what it is. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, is the tentacle command still a thing? Hold on a second. All right, there we go. If you have the tentacles and you don't have the glyph, there is a short guide in the chat on how to get the glyphs. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And that's another thing. I made that video because I was like, there is no way that even half the people who got these things know how to swap them out. It was like one obscure forum post. And I was like, there's no way that the thousands or tens of thousands of people that pre-ordered this know where to swap this out. If you have tentacles, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Yes. I did my after launch. I didn't know you could trade them in, and I don't plan to. I mean, if you get an extra set of volatile glyphs, I recommend putting them in your Homestead box for the auto collect feature if you have that. Volatile magic or unbound magic glyph smoke, which are better? Volatile. You can turn unbound magic into cash, right? Almost any glyph, the thing it produces can make cash, right? Like the sprockets can be turned into cash. Unbound can be turned into cash. The thing is that people have done the math, and 9 times out of 10, not always, but 9 times out of 10, when you harvest a material with a volatile gathering tool, you will get more money than anything else. 9 times out of 10. So you want volatile for that reason. Like, even if you're like, oh, well, I've already got volatile glyphs, so I think I'll get something else. Why? Why would you then get a second set that's worse? You're never going to use it. If you already have volatile, just get more volatile and put them on another character. Like, there's no reason to get a second different set that's worse. Are you planning on trying Throne and Liberty? Maybe. I have been branching out a lot. Last year, I played, I think, 85 games. The year before, I think 93. Right now, I'm in the middle of Total War Warhammer 3, Last Epoch, Black Myth Wukong, and as always, Guild Wars 2. So anyone who's here a lot will see me try a lot of things. I like this stuff. I've got a game review for Dome Keeper coming out tomorrow that I really enjoyed, so I was inspired to make a little review video for people that might hit it in the future. So Throne and Liberty, I will say I look at it and I'm willing to try it. It doesn't look bad. It also doesn't look amazing to me, but I'm like, yeah, I'd try it. So if when it's out, there's a moment where I'm in between games and I'm like, okay, I need something new. Sure, I might, but it's just, whatever. When do you think ArenaNet will finally add a twerk emote? Probably about the same time that they add like a dab emote. Oh wait, I don't know. They surprised me with this one. Maybe they will add a twerk emote. I'm not hoping for it though. Have you returned to No Rest for the Wicked? I'll play that again when its full release comes out. Twerk emote, 8,000 gems. Let's see. Fast farming community has been good for that, minus the Janthi Raw stuff, which is understandable why. If you mean about the patron thing, they backpedaled on that, Jackals. They undid that. So the fast farming community is an excellent resource for Guild Wars 2 content. You can, for example, go there and be like, hey, I want to turn volatile magic into gold. What's the best way to do it? And it scans the API for the game and tells you right this second, this is the best way to do it. It's extremely useful. However, the other day, the guy who runs the website says, hey, look, I want to be very clear here, guys. I'm paraphrasing. He wrote like this much. I ain't going to say all that. Like, I'm real happy for you, or I'm real sorry that happened. I'm going to paraphrase. He basically said, I'm at my breaking point. I have to start charging for the website, or I can't keep doing this. So he added a Patreon requirement to use the recent data on the website. And as you might expect, a lot of us that play Guild Wars 2 are super cheapskates. So that didn't go over really well. One, there was a lot of kickback, you know, just verbally. And two, not a lot of people, some people signed up, but not a lot did. After he calmed down, he was like, I shouldn't have done that. I apologize. He's like, if you signed up for Patreon because of this, contact me. I'm happy to refund you. I'm taking this back. And he took it back. My guess, my honest guess, you guys, is that he was at just like a breaking point. He was stressed out IRL. He was probably having to spend a ton of time updating the website for Janthier, and he probably just snapped. That's my, as someone who's in a similar situation with like content creation, I'm guessing that's what's happening. I will say money for hosting. I've seen that thrown around a lot. I don't like. Okay, I have a website. It's not super high traffic, but I have a website. I pay a few $100s a year for the hosting plus the domain name. Okay, now that is an expense. I don't run ads on my site, so I run it at a loss. I lose money on that. However, I justify it because of the patrons. If, like, as long as some of these people are here, I can be like, okay, I can afford to keep the website running. You know, some of this goes to the website. Some of this also goes to Noxxi. I couldn't afford to work with Noxxi if it wasn't for, you know, the community. I just couldn't do it. So if he doesn't have, you know, that backing, I could totally understand. Like, if he's spending tens or even hundreds of hours making the website work and no one's helping him, I can get it. Now, obviously, you know, it shouldn't have happened how it happened, but I could totally understand, right? I'm saying I get it. But hopefully the other people that work on the website realize how stressed he was and lend more of a helping hand in the future. That's my hope. Are you going to try God of War Ragnarok? Dad of Boy 2? Yes, I only play games on PC. So I played God of War Dad of Boy when it came to PC. And I would love to play the next one, yes. Oh, hold on, someone just messaged me. Okay, someone was just saying some nice things. The patrons pay for the revenue Muck loses when he plays the website ad. Yeah. Wait, what? Twerking looks like a constipated epileptic. That is extremely descriptive. Pay the goddamn fast farmer, man. Oh my god. Did they fix the free glyph things? Did they fix the free glyph things? Like, you... Okay, it depends. I don't know where in the story you are right now. 1 second. Sales call. I don't know what that is. Okay. So, the glyph thing, you can... If you pre-ordered and you don't have glyphs, you can get glyphs. That's been fixed. There is a way to do that in-game. There's a link to the video on how to do it in the chat right now. If, when you say fixed it, you're saying, did they fix the way that people are abusing it to get a second set of glyphs? No, I don't think that's been fixed. I got my brother the deluxe yesterday. Trader no longer had the option to trade the tools in. They were in his meal instead. Okay. Then, if that was fixed yesterday just on the down low, I didn't know. They aren't showing in my shop. They aren't showing in mine either, but I already did the trade. So that's why they're not showing in mine. Because I had the early glyphs. But did you see I sent you that Slow Down Fear Not This Night song on Discord? I had to skip through to find the person who made it, actually released it as a standalone, but I couldn't find any more, so the trailer's all we got. So, hold on. Was this like an official trailer? Hold on a second. One sec. Yeah, it is an official trailer. Okay, what? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Bug in the system. This was in Living World Season 4. What was this?
Welcome, crew members, to another great day in Lab Alpha 19, creating yesterday's tomorrows today.
Bad news. Zero idea where the base is, but I did find the name of a scientist there.
So, if we find the scientist, we find the base Joko's using to launch his attacks.
One of their convoys just received an unusual order to delay their arrival. Taking their place should get you inside.
Commander leading me around in chains? Not a chance.
One grumpy guardian. Devil Con Oh my gosh, that shaman would be rolling in his grave if he were dead and if he saw this. Okay, this is the song you wanted me to hear.
You will not go astray. Those shadows fall. Still the stars find their way. Who needs the
Portrait of Joko.
fear not this night?
That's cool. Yeah, I had never seen that. I had never seen that.
Me, I'm so curvy!
I think I started actively playing this game again right when the final chunk of Living World Season 4 was sent out to the public. And, you know, back at that time, you had to, like, claim the Living World seasons, like, as they came out, so I didn't play it till later.
Hey Muck, any advice on game burnout?
Yeah, I don't know if it's what you want to hear, but I'm entirely serious when I say the following. Play something else, right? I used to stream Guild Wars 2 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I did that for 2 or 3 years, and I love this game. I got burned out on it, and I didn't want to be burned out on it, you know? I wanted to keep making content and stuff for the game, but I got to the point where I was like, dude, I can't even look at it today. And so I started spacing it out. I started doing Guild Wars Tuesday, you know, right now. I binge Guild Wars 2 on Tuesdays, and then the other days of the week I do something else so that I don't get sick of Guild Wars 2. So like tomorrow, I'm going to be playing Total War in the morning, and I'll be playing Black Myth Wukong more in the evening, and I'm looking forward to that. And that allows me to kind of reset and look forward to Guild Wars 2 again the next week. Now, not everyone needs to do this, you know? If you're, you know, working a 9 to 5 and you've just got like a little bit of game time in the evening, maybe a couple hours, you know, maybe you're looking forward to, you know, an hour or two of your Guild Wars 2 every single day. You know, I'm in just a different position. But I truly mean when I say this, games are meant to be fun. If you get to a point where you are burned out on a game, put it down. Play something else. You know, if you're not having fun, then it's not doing what it's supposed to do. Try another activity. It doesn't even have to be another video game, but try another activity. You know, you need that mental fulfillment. You need to get that somewhere. And if you're not getting it from a game, like if you're just screaming at League of Legends or Call of Duty all day, well, you know, that's you're not getting what you want to be getting out of that. Try something else. Go lift weights. I mean, if that works for you, sure. Yours too is the best as you won't be behind. Yeah. Some people say go outside. You can go outside. I mean, I burn up fast if I do, like a vampire, but yeah, you can. Try Elden Ring. Elden Ring was great. We cleared Elden Ring and the Elden Ring DLC on this channel. That was wonderful. Since I'm in my 30s now, I get to a point where I don't want to stare at a screen in the evening after staring at a screen all day at work. My dad is like that. Like, I'm different. Like, I'll tell you, I'm in my 30s too. But when I was working at tech support, I looked forward to going home and playing video games. You know, it being on a screen didn't bother me. But my dad is the same as what you said. My dad will look at a screen all day, and then he'd come home and I asked him to play video games with me. He's like, I do not want to look at a screen right now. So I heard that a lot growing up. So I get it. Have they finally changed World v. World servers and realms finally or not? Yeah, when you queue now for World v. World, you choose a what is it called? Hold on a sec. You choose like one of these teams. And then you join one of these, and you can see like, okay, your friends are on this one or this one or this one, etc. You choose one of these to play on, so it's less server-based now. It's not a finalized product; they're still working on it, but it is at the point where it really just matters if you're on NA or EU. It doesn't matter the specific server you're on. Do you have any use alt accounts in Guild Wars 2? Have in the past. I don't any longer. In my household, there's me, my wife, and my kid. They have both played Guild Wars 2 in the past, and they don't any longer. So I had access to their accounts. And then I got 2 accounts when they were on sale for like $5 each. So I had 5 accounts, and each day I would use a program to log into all of them at once, and then get the daily login rewards, and then log out. However, that program one day stopped working for me, and I really didn't want to troubleshoot it. So I just, cashed out everything, and then I stopped doing the daily logins on the other accounts. But I know some people still do that. Especially, like, we thought when the Wizards Vault came out that was going to drastically reduce how much money you made from daily login rewards, but I think it actually went up. That shaman recently posted a thing where he's like, yeah, I just do, like, the specials. He said, a year ago, I made an account, and I just do the specials in the Wizards Tower. And then a year later, he's like, I'm in, like, full Ascended. I got a one legendary. It's just, he had stupid money. It's quite lucrative if you choose to do it. Do we have weather in Janthier? I don't know. Let's see. How can I get my wife into playing Guild Wars 2? If you... is it why Guild Wars 2? Oh my gosh, hang on a sec. Alright, there we go. That's my video, Why Play Guild Wars 2, explaining the appeal. That has gotten, I think, hundreds of thousands of people to try this game. If there's any way to get her to try this game, get her to watch that video. If that doesn't work, then she's just gonna be a Sims player forever. Pay her? Pay her. Oh my god. Thanks a lot for confirming. I can play with anyone I want now. I believe if you get on the same, like, mega server thing as them, yeah. So, like, again, you go to here, and you just coordinate with your friends to be on the same one. Now, you can't hop between these, like, constantly, just so you know, but that's how you do it. Who is that? Mikara, was that Mikara09? Thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. The big storm in the second map is a treat for the ears. The big storm. I don't know if I've seen that. Adding weather and seasons Guild Wars 2 would be nice. You just gotta be careful, because, like, rain droplets coming down can lag really bad on potato computers. So if they're gonna do it, it needs to have, like, an off switch, because otherwise you get the confetti effect, and people could, like, lose a lot of performance. Muck, skip my question. I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth. I'm trying to get everything. I like how you could have repeated the question, but instead you just said, Muck hates me. Let's see. Is it worth buying Vision Crystal from Wizard's Vault to craft my first Ascended weapon if I don't have crafting 500? Your first Vision Crystal. So, wait, hold on. If you're going to craft your first Ascended weapon... Hang on a sec. Hey, what is the price on that? I've never bought that item. Where is the Wizard's Vault? God damn it. Vision Crystals are 150. Now, you can get an Ascended weapon right there, just to be clear. Like, you can get one right there. If you're close to being able to use a Vision Crystal, yeah, you could get it there. The way you normally get Vision Crystals is, what is it? It's by salvaging Ascended materials, or, there might be some recipes. Hold on, I'm going to the wiki page. Let's see. Acquisition, Wizard's Vault, there's a trade-in for sprockets, and, let's see. Can be salvaged by Ascended salvaging kits. And you can craft it. Yeah, it can be crafted by Armorsmith, Artificer, Huntsman, Leatherworker, Tailor, or Weaponsmith can craft the Vision Crystal at skill level 500 with a bunch of other stuff. But, yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting it off the Wizard's Vault if you wish to do it that way. Mugga 1326 of last Thursday's morning VOD, there was a comment you need to reply to. Hi, Tim Manson. You can't craft a weapon without having high enough crafting to make a Vision Crystal anyway. Yeah, but it might save them a bunch of materials. You don't really see the storm. The closer the map gets to the meta, the louder and more frequent the thunder becomes. Oh, gotcha. I was like, oh, does it rain there? What? Muck, which new Janthier Wilds new masteries you did first? Spears. So if I go to masteries and go to Janthier Wilds, Lowland Coden. I got spears first. Then you have a choice. I chose to go straight for this because I wanted the auto collection boxes. If you don't have a maxed out Homestead, I probably recommend going down Warclaw next. Getting 0 fall damage on Warclaw and the ability to double jump in the sky is incredible. Like, just these first two. Like, it's really good. Like, this is what you get with those first two things. So, if I were to do it over, if I didn't have a maxed out Homestead, I would probably do Spears and then Warclaw. But, yeah, eventually you'll get everything done. You need a mastery to use Spears. Yes, but it's the very first one, and you get it very quickly because it doesn't have a huge XP bar. But the thing is, because it's a mastery, once you get it, Rag, it unlocks your whole account. So that means all your characters that haven't been to Janthier also get Spears. That's why they did it that way. It's so that you do it once and your whole account gets it. If they had not done it as a mastery, it would be per character. It's a story requirement anyway. Yeah, it's the only mastery that is required for the story. And I like that, because does anyone here remember Heart of Thorns? Where it's like, oh, I gotta stop and get the gliding mastery. Oh, I gotta stop and get the jumping mushroom mastery. Oh, I gotta stop and get Eatzel poison mastery. Oh, I gotta stop and get the freaking frogs mastery. Oh, I gotta stop and make the floaty armor lightning mastery. Like, I liked Heart of Thorns, I didn't like that. So, in Janthier, having to stop one time, and also I didn't even have to stop for spears. When I was doing the spears, right? Like, let's say I was start here and I'm like do get spears. Okay, I'm just gonna work on a world map completion. Oh, hey, spears are unlocked. That's it. I was just opening up the map, and after like half of it, I was done with spears. Like, I had it. It was fun. It truly, even as someone who complained a lot about the green bars in Soto, it wasn't that bad. Finally got my emo. Congratulations, Makara. Like Modern Yours replaces that with the story progress bar instead, no matter what, it's a progress bar. Not always. Again, there was one big progress bar in Janthier, which was like the last one, the last area. Soto, they used that way too many times. I will agree with you that sucked. But the others, it's not that much. Look at your buffs bar. Give me a minute. I just zoned. Should I take the Falling Star if I already got Kamahawaha? Do you need a spear for land and also a spear for water? If so, Falling Star is nice. Plus it has a Descended Glove. Anniversary boost. 30% Karma, Magic, World v World, and PvP reward track progress. Nice. Sweet. Our reward track is good. That's juicy. So hey, if any of you have been dreading getting a Gift of Battle, it's 30% faster right now. I'll shave off a few hours. That's a big boost, yeah. Not the worst idea to keep going with the Code and Mastery line for the extra XP and Guernsey gains. Yeah, for sure. There's really no wrong way to do it. I was just giving my input on it. Let's see. One sec, I'm looking at something over here. Alright. My folks are saying that there was an in-game anniversary mail. Yeah. Celebrating another year of Guild Wars 2. More than 10 years ago, the launch of Guild Wars 2 opened a new window into the world of Tyria. 5 expansions, 5 seasons of Living World release. Oh! Oh, are we saying it was a 5th Living World season now? I seem to remember you saying, this is not Living World. This is a saga. I seem to remember. Okay, alright. And countless updates later, we're still inspired by the dedication of the game's fans. To celebrate the occasion, please enjoy boosted rewards during this event. If you missed the 10th anniversary, it's also never too late to tackle the Decade of the Dragon's achievements for a celebratory armor set and rewards. Your characters will also be receiving a small yearly gift as they reach their own birthday milestones. It's an honor to share this world with you. Thanks for playing. Here's to many more years of adventuring in Tyria. Okay. Oh god, yeah, I remember that. They call it Living World in the group finder now. I got confused when I couldn't find IBS. Oh, did they? Did they change that? Hang on. Living World, the Icebird Saga. Yeah, Season 5. Are you interested in playing Monster Hunter Wilds and FF16? I can't, dude, I have to play the first 15 FFs. I can't just jump in on book 16. Are you crazy? I won't know what's going on. Monster Hunter Wilds. I played Monster Hunter World and it was all right. So, I mean, I'm willing to. I'm not like, oh boy, you know, because Monster Hunter World is okay. The only Monster Hunter game I played so far was Worlds, and it was fine. Did you play Guild Wars 1? Yes, but I was a wee lad, and I do not remember the story much. Like, I remember the beginning, you know, like Prophecies, the Char nuking Ascalon, I remember that. There was a lot that I don't recall. Like, for example, I remember when I went to Factions, just rushing through it because I wanted to unlock Flesh Golem as fast as possible, and I don't remember the story at all. Probably not the way I should have done it. That's a skin I've already unlocked. Ice Golem Small Box. That's gold. Were you God amongst mere mortals? No. I did get a handful of achievements in the game. So, like, for example, on my Ranger, if you look here, I have got the Black Moa, which is from Guild Wars 1. The Hot Topic Moa, it's got the spikes. But I don't have the other 3 pets from Guild Wars 1. So, no, I did not get Guam. I read today, I don't know if this is true. I saw on Reddit, someone was complaining, rightfully so. They said, cod walking, was it cod swimming amongst mere minnows, which is a fishing achievement that's a parody of Guam, has been bugged for like 2 years. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was like, if this is true, I'm glad to see that it's getting a lot of updates so that hopefully it gets fixed, because that's insane. Let's see. Flesh Golem was hype. Where's my huge Flesh Golem in Guild Wars 2? They actually, the Flesh Golem of the Necro in Guild Wars 2 is almost the same graphic of the one from Guild Wars 1, but it is a little bit different. You don't need full Guam for the rest of the pets. No, but you do need a lot. Like the Black Widow Spider requires a lot. Muk, do you think ANET will ever release more elite specs, and or have they addressed it since the new expansion? I kind of don't. And the reason for that is they are it's probably a nightmare for them right now to balance the 27 in the game so far. And they're doing an okay job of it. It could be worse, it could be better, you know? So, even just the fact that, like, so, spears, right this second, okay, for those who don't know, right this second, if a support herald is using the new spear, it does more damage than any DPS build did before spears came out. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So they've got a lot of work. They've got their hands full with balancing, and I don't envy them. If they add more elite specs, the problem is just going to get exacerbated. I like Power Spear Renegade. Yeah, Rev Spears are best. Yeah, Rev Spear, Mesmer Spear, and what was the other one? Thief Spear are really, really good in PvE. And then there's a few that are good in like other game modes. I've not been able to find a good place for Ranger Spear. I spent like 2 days using Ranger Spear everywhere. I couldn't find a way to make it work. Why did nobody tell ANET that the balance was off? Oh wait, no. Well, actually, if you recall, in the the open beta for Spears, the Revenant Spear was trash. And we told them it was bad, and they're like, you know what, you're right. And then they buffed it, and now it's too good. So they turned the dial from 1 to 10. They need to go back down to like 5. So yeah, I mean, they did listen to feedback. They went too far in the other direction. Question: Karma Enrichment or Magic Find? Rising Reap, that is a very good question, and I go between those two constantly. It just depends on, do you need more Karma? Magic Find, you know, is just Gamba. It's hard to say how much that helped you. So I'd say if you don't have a lot of Karma, use the Karma one, and then once you have more Karma than you know what to do with, switch to Magic Find. That'd probably be how I do it. Muck out my blush is transparent. Okay. I don't know what you did, but please know that it is absolutely your fault, not the program's. And I would suggest you go to the Blush HUD Discord. They're really nice, and if you tell them like, hey, I'm having a problem, The guys who made it will probably be able to be like, oh yeah, that's blah 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 blah, and they'll tell you how to fix it immediately. That's my go-to. But the Blish video has link to their Discord under it. How much is too much karma? 17,897,598 is way too much. If they haven't fixed it already, you can use the Warclaw on Wings 5 through 7. Lots of fun at some bosses. Blish breaks every time. Yeah. I hope incoming Rose Spear nerf won't be dramatic so that you can be Spear Cell based conjugate. Almost back up to 10 million, lol. Muck, do you know you probably answered this, but I want to triple check. If a skin says skin unlocked, I could delete the item and I won't lose it, right? That is correct. That is correct. Unless you need that item for some other purpose, you can do that. I'm just under 2 million karma. I can burn through that. There was one time it caught me by surprise. There was a quest item, I think it was for Aurora, that cost like 600,000 karma. And I was like, oh my god! And I had like 1 million at the time, and that took over half of what I had. And I was like, I need to have more stocked up in case this happens again. It never happened again. With Mouth 3 Booster and New Mastery, you can fly with the Warclaw, new flying mount unlocked. Nice. Blushhead module tier list. I'm not gonna do that. However, I have considered making small, like 1 to 2 minute videos for each module. I think that might be a fun project that I could chew on for a while. And just like, so that if anyone like looks up any module, they would just find the appropriate video. I think that might be fun, but I would need to talk to the Blushhead guys about it. Like, I was in very open communication with them when I made the Blushhead video that promoted their thing before, to make sure that everything was accurate and stuff like that. Did they fix the bug with Ranger Spear 2 that you found the other day? 2 is the one that does a cone of damage. I don't remember a bug with that. I'm not sure what bug we're talking about, or I already forgot because I'm stupid. One of the two. 27 million karma, maybe I should do something with it. You have 27 million? Yo, I thought I played the game for a long time. Muck, have you been buying the mount cookies in the Homestead? I did up until I unlocked the stuff that I was really urgent to unlock, but after that I stopped because it costs money. Yeah, for those who don't know, in your Homestead, the guy by the mounts that's hanging out by them, you can buy cookies from them and feed them to the mounts, and it gives you a bunch of XP. The cookies cost some coin and karma, but it's basically a way to speed up the mastery bars. You can do I think it's like 3 cookies total per day. Do you mean NG Spear 2? Oh, NG Spear 2. Yeah, NG Spear 2 was a mess. There was the morning stream a few days ago, I tried it, and it was like 50% of the time it didn't work. Like, it's supposed to be a movement skill. You move toward the enemy, and sometimes it would not move me at all. It would move me halfway there and stop, or it would move me too far and stop past the mob, and then I'd be getting hit in the back. But then I tested it again that evening, and it worked 100% of the time, like 30 times in a row. So they might have fixed it, because I didn't see anything in the patch notes on it. They might have fixed it, or maybe I just couldn't replicate the bug. Wait, what was the thing about burnout? Hold on. I stream Guild Wars 2, I'm not sure what I would do, so watching others is fun. Oh yeah, I stream Guild Wars 2. So whenever there's new releases, I tend to stream it like non-stop for like a week. But after, like my normal schedule is I do it every Tuesday. We call it Guild Wars Tuesday. And I do it then. You pressed 2 wrong? Clearly. Couldn't get it consistently land on day 2. I should go back and try it again. Yeah, definitely try it again, because either the bug is hitting sporadically and it didn't affect me the second round of testing I did, or it's fixed. One of the two. Would be hard to stream with guild chat going wild. Well, I mean, you may have noticed I've hardly moved in game in like 2 hours because I've just been talking to chat. But as long as you guys are cool with it, that's fine with me. Do I need to progress in the story to reach the home instance? Yes, you get the home instance in chapter 3 of the story in Janthier Wild. So like an hour or 2 into it, you'll unlock the home instance. It's a guy whose trust you earned says, here's my old house. Like, how did Mutiny Monday fare, and what do you think of Wukong so far other than the resource hog? Mutiny Monday was insane. We had a few whales. Okay, so for those who don't know, another game that I really, really love is called the Rift Breaker. And the Rift Breaker is a game that has excellent chat integration. I can play the game, and every 5 minutes it pops up in chat and says, hey, what do you want to do to him? Type A if you want to drop a tornado on him, B to take half his money, C to break his legs, etc. And basically, I'm trying to beat the game while chat is just assaulting me every few minutes. And then also you can open up the console and do things at any time. So we have kind of like a home rule on Mondays. It's just to support the charity that is my ramen pantry. I'm like, if anyone does like subs on Monday or they gift a sub, they can pick a disaster. Well, usually I might, usually I get more subs on Monday, but it's not like an exorbitant amount or anything like that. Yesterday, we had a few whales that I think put a new mortgage on their house. And they were like, do 50 meteor showers. And then they just gifted like 50 subs. And I was like, and I gotta tell you guys, 50 overlapping meteor showers not only annihilated me and my base, it was extremely laggy, and I thought the stream was going to crash. And then like a minute later, 25 tornadoes. And then like a minute later, it's like 25 of the strongest mob in the game. And I was like, oh my god. So yeah, it was great for the pantry, but yo, I was getting my teeth pushed in. But then like that was great. How many snails? Yes. And then after that, we started Black Myth Wukong, which was an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful game, and I am looking forward to playing more of it. I thought it was more of a Souls-like than it was. It's like, it is a Souls-like in the way that if you die and respawn, the mobs respawn between you and the boss, and then you fight your way back to the boss again, but you don't like drop your XP when you die. So it's not a big deal. And the combat is way more fluid. You know, it doesn't have that kind of clunkiness that Souls games always have. But it was really fun. How's it going? In good health? I'm doing great, Conrad. How are you? I particularly enjoyed the 50 snails hitting Muck right in the graphics card. Dude, that was so bad. So the snails, when they fire their ranged attack, it like spawns a bunch of like little larva monsters. And Chad did 50 snails. And the snails all attacked, and that spawned like 500 monsters. There was like, every attack, there was 500 new things, then 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000. And dude, my game was lagging. I was like, I have to kill them now before they kill my graphics card. It was really bad. All right, we managed to get through it. You don't need many teeth to eat ramen. Yeah. I think it's more like Neo. If that's true, then I need to play Neo. I haven't played Neo. People have recommended it to me. But yeah, Wukong, so I'm only 2 hours into Black Myth Wukong, but it's been great so far. Are you planning on playing Light No Fire when it comes out? I'm not familiar with that. I don't know what that is. If you want to put it on the game recommendation sheet, I can absolutely take a look at it, but I don't know what that is. For anyone who hasn't seen it, we have a game recommendation page that our website guy played that is awesome. Actually, I can mark this one as played. And basically, people can put names on this, and then other people can upvote them. And so I can see what the community wants me to play most at any given time. I recently played Papers, Please, because it was at the top of the list. But it's really, really good, and there's a link to it in the chat. There's a survival game by the No Man's Sky folks. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. I have heard good things about No Man's Sky, but I haven't seen it. No Man's Sky with magic, very MMO-like. Let's see. Saint says it's confusing. I'm new. What's up, Saint? Hold on. We got a new question over here in the other box. How do I decide a specialization is DPS or support or something else? Is it based on the boons? Hello, Saint. So there's 3 roles in Guild Wars 2. All right, Chad, hang on. We got a new player question here. There's 3 main roles in Guild Wars 2. Okay, hang on a sec. So there is pure DPS, DPS that also provides a buff to the party. Typically, they do a little less damage, or defensive DPS. So like healer plus buffs, plus little damage. Okay, so we're really, whether or not something can be a defensive DPS, it is, can that thing heal, right? Let's take a Necromancer, for example. A Scourge is very good at healing people and also putting shields on them to prevent them from taking damage in the first place. A Reaper cannot heal others. A Harbinger cannot do a good job of healing others. So if you wanted to be a support Necromancer, you're going to be a Scourge because of that. Okay? Now, let's look at offensive DPS. DPS that also provides a good buff to the party. Well, a Scourge can DPS with a different set of gear than the healing one and provide a good buff to the party. And a Harbinger can DPS and provide a good buff to the party. A Reaper is very greedy. They can provide many good buffs, but only to themselves. So a Reaper will only fall under the category of pure DPS. And that's it. So basically, every single class in the game can be a DPS. The ones that can heal can be a defensive DPS. Or sorry, I said defensive DPS. A defensive support is what this should say. Give me just a second here. The ones that can do DPS and provide an essential buff can be the offensive support. So we could just say like offensive support right there. Okay, fix my mistake. Let's see. YouTube is being dumb again. Oh my gosh, it was working earlier. Okay, well when that happens, we could just copy the link over from Twitch. Hang on a sec. That's it right there. Okay. But yeah, so Saint, I fully understand that there's like 27 elite specs in the game, right? There's a freaking lot. So if you got any specific questions, ask me. I'm happy to answer them. He mentioned a warrior. Okay, so really quick, warrior. Pure DPS is Spellbreaker. It cannot provide essential buffs. Offensive support or defensive support. Now they have strengths and weaknesses, but you can put, and this is for PvE. This is not for PvP. Bladesworn and Berserker can honestly be in either of these categories, because a lot of the healing from a warrior comes from the staff, not from a specific elite specialization. So either of those can be offensive or defensive. Now, there's things they're good at and things they're bad at, just like every support, but that's kind of how it looks, and then they would also be here. So it would be like that. War healing, yeah. Yep. Faces, what are your thoughts on Elemental Spear being a power weapon? It doesn't feel right attacking with fire and not causing burning and such with each element. Also, in order to make Power Spear work, Ellie needs to sacrifice a lot of important stats needed to survive. I think a lot of the spears are weird right now. They just came out, right? We need a balance patch. I do think it's odd that any source of fire damage in the game doesn't provide burning. I agree with you there. Like Ranger Spear has nowhere in the game that it works well, that I feel like. The Revenant Spear, a support with the Revenant Spear is doing more damage than all other DPS. It's going to get nerfed, for sure. So yeah, there's quite a few things with spears that are too weak or too strong, and we're absolutely going to see some changes. Heal a lack bender, can it heal? Yes. I recently did a video where it's called like I tried every healer in Guild Wars 2, and I tried heal bender. I will say it was the easiest to play and the most new player friendly because most of it is just by auto attacking. But if you're ever in a position where you can't auto attack the enemy, like, you know, the enemy, like the monster does like a blender move and everyone has to back away, it's really difficult to heal people when you can't auto attack. But yeah, it is a thing. It does exist. Was the idea of Spellbreaker being a support-oriented spec with less damage but boon coverage of counters and stuns? So in PvP, where quickness and alacrity uptime are not important, you can have people be support that don't provide essential boons. Spellbreaker with a staff is terrifying in PvP, because not only can they stun you for so long it feels like they punched you right in the Windows files, but also they can be very mobile, they can heal people around them, and it's crazy. Like, I played one game just like 2 days ago of PvP, and I was on Druid, and I was playing support, and we had a Spellbreaker on our team that wasn't playing support, and he had more healing than me. It's very, very powerful, but it's not going to be used. Spellbreaker won't be used as a support in PvE because they don't provide enough boons. What spears do you see getting nerfed? Revenant for sure. Thief and Mesmer. Mesmer might be fine. Mesmer is like the new best spear for PvE DPS, I think. Or sorry, the new best weapon for PvE DPS. Thief might be. It's doing really, really well too, but I don't know if it's doing so well that they might nerf it. So it's a maybe. How far can rocking all Celestial gear carry a player into endgame? You can clear the... Okay, Eric, you can clear every raid boss with the whole raid wearing Celestial gear. Trade-off, your DPS will do a little bit less damage, so it might take an extra minute to kill the boss, but they're going to have twice as much hit points, so mistakes are going to be more easily fixed. However, you know, it's not min-maxing, so not many people do it. But like Mighty Teapot, the biggest Guild Wars 2 content creator, he did a stream where he did all, like, they cleared every single raid and everyone in the group had Celestial gear just to prove it was fine, and it looked really easy. So it's totally fine. Now, again, it's not min-maxing. So for example, Celestial gear has less concentration and healing power than healing gear, so your heals will be bigger if you have proper healing gear. If you're trying to be a DPS, your DPS will be larger with proper DPS gear. But Celestial is just like, it's good at everything. It's just not great at anything. It really shines in open world. Are all spears considered power weapons? No, they're not. There's some that are off the top of my head. The engineer one is condition damage. It does bleeding and burning on attacks. But I know there's others. Revenant is Condi also. Thief is hybrid. What Mesmer build are people using for it to be the best? I think Snowcrow's already has a build with spears for Mesmer. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Was it Power Vert? Power Virtuoso is using spear. And how much damage do they get? Hold on a sec. You're going to hear music for a fraction of a second here. I'm trying to open the YouTube video to see what the benchmark was. Okay. About 45,000 damage per second. So, yeah. So this is, what is this build? This is Spear plus Dagger Sword. So this is Power Virtuoso, Spear, Dagger, Sword. So they've already updated this guide saying that, okay, you should be using Spear now. And it used to be something else. That's it. So that's there. I'll throw a link to that one in the chat if anybody wants it. But yeah, I knew that because I talked to Zargle from Snowcrows from time to time, so he had already told me about that. Thank you, Magwiz, Geos. I love the vertical spear effect, so pretty. Yeah. Geos is power weapon. Oh, greatsword. Greatsword is power weapon. Condi Mech should also be on Snowcrows already. Condi Mech? Hold on, I'll see if I can find it. Let's see, engineer. Condition mech, here we go. Yep, Condi Mech Spear is on there. Yes, it is. How much damage did they get? Hold on a sec, I'm gonna open that video. So there's a bunch of parses on the screen in this one, and they're all between 39 and 44k. So it looks like it's doing fun. The spear sucks for NGs. I mean, no, looks like it's fine. It's nice. I still prefer Greatsword over the spear. Won't overtake Greatsword anytime soon. It's sound. Wait, what? Oh, for Reaper Spear. Yeah, the Reaper Spear feels, or I should say Necromancer Spear, feels like it's supposed to be an assassination tool. Because, like, you teleport behind the enemy and do a bunch of damage and block their boons and stuff like that. But it's just kind of awkward. And in PvE, they have a ton. Like in PvE, it just seems like, you know, we already have Greatsword, and this is worse. I recommend Fresh Air Tempest with Spear. Oh, yeah? Couldn't redeem my free glyphs, probably because I put glyphs in them at one point. Let's see what support can do. Okay. There's also a quick scrapper with Spear that's like 40k, but it uses 4 kits, so my fingers are watching it. Yeah, in historically, many Condi builds for Engineer have a bunch of kits. Like, they'll use grenade kits, they'll use bomb kit, they'll use flamethrower kit, they'll use mortar kit, and so it's like you're juggling 5 weapons, and it's a major pain. So I've never really liked using those either, but it just depends on the build. Guardian Spear has better burst than Greatsword, apparently. It does hurt in PvP having a Guardian or a Warrior immobilize you, and then they do the move that rains spears on you and you can't move out of it. It's very often lethal. It's very painful. How long is the anniversary event? I don't know. Let me see. Do they have... Let's see. GW2 blogs. Let me see if they have anything. Nothing in the last 7 days on the blogs. Do they have anything on Twitter? Talk about a sale. There was a login issue yesterday. No, there's nothing about it on there either. Do items go on a rotational sale during the anniversary event? If you click on the anniversary event on screen, oh, it shows it in the top right. Oh, there you go. Yep, it's I had it minimized up there. 7 days. Necro Spear is to give core Necro a decent power weapon for people who don't have hot. True. I often don't think about core stuff just because, you know, hot was like, what, 6 years ago or something? So I often forget that some people play without that. That's fair. What are the benefits of the anniversary? 30% more karma gain, 30% more magic find, 30% more world v world reward track progress, and 30% more PvP reward track progress. Mug, can you look at the new ornamented bearkin claw dagger skin? New skin? Is it a gem store thing? No. Hang on. Bearkin? Search wardrobe. Oh, it's like that claw weapon from that... when you finish Janthier, you get this one claw weapon from this lady, and this looks like that, but it's a different color. Gotcha. It can drop from Bog Queen. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. I really truly want to bench the freaking GS, but with the current numbers, it'd be a disservice to any group I went with. Ellie Sphere is a power weapon. It doesn't really provide any condition damage. Anniversary, you said. Yeah, I mean, maybe they just had to choose. Like, they could have made, like, fire be Condi and earth be, you know, like, fire be burning and earth be bleeding, and then air be power and water be power, but it seems like they just chose to make it power across the board. It's from Unusual Coin, Sniff Catches, Bot Queen, apparently the TP. Pure nostalgia to think that 12 years ago I was creating my first character. We are old. My oldest character, the human engineer on my account, is older than my son is. Big brother. There's a claw that you can get in one of the hearts too. Like, I know I've got that one claw weapon I got from finishing Janthier from Waiting Sorrow, but beyond that. Any good Ranger dagger builds? The claw fits my outfit so well. Yeah, dagger actually scales decently for both Condi and power, so there's absolutely some builds that you can fit that into. Thanks, Mug, for showing us the full moon weapons. I got the entire set. Wow, okay, congrats. Incredex says, can I play Condi mech pistol with only grenade kit for raids or endgame things? Yes. Now, if, you know, Condi mech can get away with using less kits than Condi other engineers, because the Signet is very good, and you can get away with using that instead of more kits. So I think you'd use like Shift Signet and Grenade Kit and the Condi Signet, that its name escapes me, but you know what I'm talking about. And then you can use Pistol. Now you can use Pistol or Spear, they're almost interchangeable, but yeah, you could absolutely clear that content with that build. As long as you play it decently, for sure. Any expansion sale before Black Friday planned by any chance so I can finally use other weapons on my classes, or need to wait 2 months? I'm not sure. I will say, do not expect them to take the expansion that they just put into the game and have that be on sale for Black Friday. Because, like, Soto went on sale a few weeks ago, and that was the first time Soto went on sale, and that was about a year after it came out. It makes no business sense for them to have their brand new product be on sale. They might have their old stuff on sale, but they're not going to have Janthier be on sale in, like, you know, 6 months. Our normal spears we already have access to, good for land spears. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same spear, you just unequip it from one set and equip it in the other set. So, like, hang on a second. So if I go here to PvP, and I'm like, okay, so, like, here's a spear, and then I'm like, oh, wait, hold on, never mind, unequip it, and then I'm like, all right, put it over here. It's the same spear. It's the same one. Totally fine. No, I'm just gonna put that back, because that's where that was. Okay. Yeah, it's not a different set of spears. You can also take Bomb Kit and use Big Boomer and even have fewer buttons. Muck, I heard you mention a subathon yesterday. When would that be? No, I did not say I was doing a subathon. No, that's not what happened. That is not what happened. Okay, no, look. I had someone in chat ask, Muck, are you ever going to do a subathon? And I was like, I stream every single... I have streamed every single day for 6 years. You guys see the counter in the stream title, right? 2,286 days in a row I have streamed. So if I were to suddenly do like a stream for like 10 days or something, I don't know how I would do my life around that. Like, one, I'd be a deadbeat dad. So I need to spend time with my kid and my wife. So I don't know how I would make that work. That was what I said yesterday. Someone said you should do a subathon, and I said I don't know how I would make that work. I already do daily streams, and then a lot of people started giving me suggestions on how to do a subathon with my current schedule, and I will read them all because I got a lot of DMs about this. I don't know that I'm going to do them. Stewie says best ranger build for solo play. My favorite is Power Quickness Untamed. Provides a ton of boons, has a ton of support, and it's really good at what it does. Give me a second. I'll send you a link to it if you want it. There are plenty of others that also worked, but you're asking me, and this is my answer. Give me just a moment. All right, there's a link to it in the chat. That's full of snot clouds. It is. It is indeed. When are you going to do a 24-hour stream? Yeah, I've never done a 24-hour stream, even on the days where we had like Twitch drops and the front page and all that. I think the longest I went was like 18 hours. Again, though, since I stream every day, there's no like, oh man, after I finish this week-long stream, I'm gonna sleep for 3 days to fix myself. Like, no, there's no time to recover. Can you buy expansions out of order? Yes. Back when they were sold separately, I bought Path of Fire, and then later I bought Heart of Thorns, and I played them out of order. I don't recommend it. I was so confused. Any build suggestions for Elementalists using Spear Core or Catalyst? I'm still working on Weaver and Tempest Unlock. Will it be well enough to just replace the weapon in any basic power build with Spear? I don't feel qualified to answer that. I have not... I dabbled in all the spears during the open beta. I have not played Ellie's Spear since the Janthier launch happened. I would defer to any other Elementalist in the chat on that one. Egg? Yeah, the egg was part of it. Can I change stats on all ascended items? Weapons and armor. Weapons and armor that are ascended, you can change the stats on them in the Mystic Forge with a Mystic Forge recipe that costs a couple of gold. If it's something, basically, look, if it's over here, no. Except with some very rare exceptions, like the rings from Bloodstone Fen. But if it's over here, it's usually a no. If it's over here, it's usually a yes. Do not change ascended precursors. True. If you do a stat change on something, it will lose the rune, sigils, and infusions, so pull those out if you care. And if it's a precursor and you stat change it, it will no longer be a precursor, so don't do that. Mist Tickets? Yeah, Mist Tickets is another one of the rare times that you can change the stats on a ring. Yep. Ellie Spear is a decent power weapon, but it's heavily reliant on unlocking the etched version of your 5 skill. If you infuse Loving Season 3 rings or accessories, you can change those stats. Yeah. Like I said, there are some exceptions, but what I said is the usual. Yeah. Let's see. Is there an easier way to get the legendary relic without blowing out all my gold on moats? I actually think they need to change that. Someone did the math, and they said if you took all the moats on the entire trading post, you could only make 10 relics from the entire player economy. I think the way to make relics is just to, as you get moats over time, keep funneling them into as you get the lucent stuff over time, funnel them into the moats, and just let them build up slowly over time. Do not, like, I do not recommend, like, spending money to try to speed that up, because it takes a very long time. But yeah, like, when Legendary Relics came out, anybody that already had Legendary Runes got a Legendary Relic for free. But then people that didn't have that would have to make a Legendary Relic. And unfortunately, I think they went too far on the recipe for the Legendary Relic. Sounds like the water speed infusion thing. Yeah, it's just like, it's insane. Like, I think they added a 0 by mistake or something. Mode cycle and economy, I buy 50 to 100k on a crafting day, and then the order fills in like an hour. Wait, what? Oh, you're talking about the lucent modes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, those go in and out a lot. I crafted a Leggy Rune and I got the Leggy Relic. Yeah. Yeah, that is no longer a thing, to be clear. That was like a limited time offer. They're like, anyone who has a Legendary Rune by this date gets the relic. Hi, Venvim. LO, I highly regret not doing the rune to get the relic. Yeah, I had a whole video promoting it to people. Yo, what is that guy's spear? That's a big stabbing stick. That's a big stabbing stick. That's not compensating to nothing. I remember when you were doing the Falling Star video, a lot of people mentioning that it should be a precursor. I think it's a standalone weapon. Yeah, I think it's just a precursor. That reminds me, during this very stream, Noxxi told me that they finished that. Hold on. Is it on my YouTube yet? I might need to upload it. Yeah, it's not on there. Give me 1 second. Doing a content creator thing. Upload video. Oh, I haven't even downloaded it from the Dropbox yet. That's done. Okay, hang on. Done, and what is this file name? Ma, look, I found a superheated fallen meteor thing in the shape of a spear very conveniently. Wow, it's so amazing. I cannot believe this. Just as spears got available to us, this happened. This is unbelievable.mp4. Okay, download. I was like, it's like a paragraph. What is this? Sounds like Noxxi? Yeah, it's Noxxi. Okay. Hang on. I'm downloading this thing. I move it over to YouTube. If you change the title to uploading, you're a coward. I did not. It's always the default name of the videos. Here, look at this. That's the file name right there. All right, drag this over. Did you made your house already? I mean, the house is already there. But yeah, I have the house. All right, that's gonna take a while. I have to watch it later and confirm that there's like no problems with it or anything. Okay. All right. They can easily add something to WV that will shortcut players toward Legendary Relic, just to not change its recipe. They could. When's the next Warhammer 3 stream? Tomorrow morning. I'll be on there tomorrow morning. I thought that, oh, I will say this. I'll go ahead and say this now. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow morning at like 8 a.m. My streams usually start at 10. I don't know if my mouth is gonna be numb or whatever when I get out, so it's possible the morning stream tomorrow might be affected by that, but if that happens, I will put a blast on the Discord. Another root canal. Yeah, actually. Yeah, not because of a cavity, though. Not because of a cavity. There was a... It's kind of embarrassing to talk about, but it really shouldn't be, so I'm going to make myself talk about it. I've got one tooth that is discolored. And it's not like when I brush, I skip one tooth. So I asked them if they could check it and see if something happened. And they had this tool, there was like this pokey thing, and it was cold on the end. And they poked teeth, and when they did it, it kind of felt like when you bite into ice cream, you know? And it like, that cold shock goes through the nerves of your teeth. And when they got to that tooth, I couldn't feel anything. And they were like, I think the root, like your nerve or the root is dead. And I was like, great. And they were like, have you been punched in the face? It's like, what? Not recently. No. And dude, that caught me completely off guard. And I was like, no, I have not recently been punched in the face. Middle school, sure. Gotten a lot of fights then. And they were like, okay. And they were like, you know, they're like, it's safe to leave it. And I was like, I'm very self-conscious about it. I want something done about it. How can we fix it? And they said, we can't just do like normal like coloring, like when you whiten teeth, because it's not going to hold on a tooth that if it's dead. And I was like, okay, what are my options? Do I have to like pull it and get a fake one or something? And they were like, we could do a root canal. And I was like, awesome. And they were like, and we can inject the, well, not inject, but, you know, put the coloring, the whitening stuff on the inside. And then it should work. And if it doesn't, we could do it from the inside and the outside at the same time. And if that doesn't work, and basically they just had like backup plans on backup plans. But basically, like if at any point, if it works, we just stop there. So I'm getting step one of that, which is a root canal. Again, not because of a cavity or anything, but just because apparently it died tomorrow. So I'm getting that tomorrow morning. Is it because of bad brushing of the teeth, or is it just Irish genetics? No, they said all my other teeth were great. Dude, I brush, I floss. They said everything else was fine. I had no other issues. It's just that one. And they didn't even point it out. I pointed it out. I was like, hey, can you see what is going on with this one? As it's like darker than the others. It's like not the same. And then they went further, and then they found it. Like even on X-ray, you know, because X-ray just shows like the bone, it doesn't show the nerves. Even on X-ray, they didn't see any issues with it. Yeah. Anyway, that's my situation, and they are addressing that tomorrow morning. Gumming food to death. Gumming food. Yeah. Everything is fine except for getting punched in the face. Yeah. Honestly, the last time I took a blow to the head was probably when I was carrying my kid around when he was little, because kids just flail. You know, I'll pick him up to put him in his booster seat, and he'll just throw his head back and break my nose or something. Like, that kind of stuff, that would happen all the time as a parent. Like, I'm wondering if my kid killed my tooth. But, yeah, no, I have no idea when this happened. Get a gold tooth? Oh, man. I'm gonna get some bling in there. Your nerve poofed, and now the tooth is depressed. Let's see. Power Chrono is listed as same weapons as Virtuoso and Snowcrows. Interesting. So they already have Spear for that too? Interesting. Check it out as long as you have the skin and all thing glows even if the infusion is not in. Can you blame your kid for it on Halloween just to shock him? Oh man. Babies and toddlers have concrete for skulls, the exact spot they used to bash their parents in the face. Yeah. The spirit died. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. Let's see. Looking at options. Let's see. Did this finish uploading? No, it's still uploading. I'm a dental surgeon. If your tooth is not a front tooth, just do the canal treatment and that's all. Otherwise, you'll need a crown. Yeah. Yeah, that was like the plan 4 or 5. If the other stuff didn't work, was basically just like grind it down and then put like a crown over it to just hide the shame. Because, again, I'm getting this done for cosmetic reasons. They said it's completely safe, it's not rotting, there's no cavities, you could just leave it if you want. I was like, it bothers me, I would like something done about it, and I understand that there's a cost to that. And they're like, okay. And so then we started talking about options. So I'm getting it done because it's something that bothers me. That's all. Can you use those dentures to replace missing teeth? I mean, yeah, of course you could. So, like, in my case, that would be like, I would need to pull it, which I don't need to do that unless I just choose to. And then I could get like a fake tooth, yeah. But no, I don't need to do that right now. Is making ascended stuff through crafting worth it? It's an option. I would say, you got streamer healthcare. Dude, Twitch doesn't offer healthcare, you out of your mind? Lol. My dentist tried to fear-monger me into getting my dead tooth taken care of. What the heck? Is making ascended stuff through crafting worth it? It's an option. I will say doing crafting to make ascended gear, like using armor smithing or something, is one of the most expensive ways to get ascended gear. However, if you enjoy it, if you enjoy the crafting process, it is a valid option. You can do it. But there are other ways. Like, for example, like Wizard's Vault is one of the easiest ways to get ascended stuff right now. You can, through the, you just do some quests, you do some dailies, like, just for example, finishing the main story was like 500 AA. Getting 1,000 AA, you can get this, which is a spear and a glove. 2 pieces of ascended stuff. Bezos offering healthcare? Yeah, you're out of your mind. I was talking to Jackals. Okay, well, you said streamer healthcare, so. Let's see, I've earned 4 ascended rings from sniffing. Sniffing? What, like glue? I don't think those are actually ascended. Love to craft my ascended, it's very fast too. Sometimes you just need to get that ascended axe for the raid this evening. Yep. Yeah, you can get like the boxes here, like ascended chest. How do you even know what is health here? I mean, I had, when I was in tech support, I worked for another company and I had, basic health insurance, but it wasn't healthcare. If I called 911, I was still going to be bankrupt. Is that quest spear glove just that? A spear and a glove? It's not like a Janthir precursor? That is correct, Knives. I actually, the video that I'm processing that Noxxi just finished editing is on that topic. It is an ascended spear and an ascended glove, and it also has an infusion in it, and the infusion makes the spear like burst into flame if you have it equipped. There's like a little thing where they work together for that visually. Did you ever buy the cosmetics from the Wizard Vault? Skip altogether. I bought a couple that I thought looked neat, but just the ones that I wanted. Wait, hold on a sec. I opened this by mistake. For example, there was a, like, glove, I think? This thing? Like, I bought this because I thought it looked cool. The worn leather gloves. But I don't get, like, everything on here, no. When you phone them, they laugh at you and they know you have a bad plan. No, if you call 911, they will come pick you up, but then they'll send you a check in the mail for, like, $10,000. And I'm just saying, like, it's cheaper to, like, get an Uber and just bleed in the Uber and then just pay to reupholster their entire car. I see, I've got a plan, chat. I have a plan if I ever need it. Coverage for those on disability absolutely blows in Canada. Okay, I don't know how it actually is in Canada. I want to stress that. But the memes I'm getting down here in the United States on Canada is like, someone goes, hey, I need, I need help. And the Canadian 911 is like, have you tried dying? And that kind of started with the whole, like, assisted suicide thing that y'all have going on. If I have the kidlet in the States rather than Ontario, it would have cost over $60K for delivery. What? Yeah, I mean, when we had Gabe in the States, there was, like, almost no cost. There was, like, a small cost that was covered by insurance, so, like, that wasn't a thing. But we didn't have anything, like, out of the ordinary. Muck the Titan meta is running. Okay. I might go there in a second. All right, chat, I really need a bathroom break. I've been sitting here just answering questions for 3 hours. Give me just a minute. I will be right back. Okay, much better. Okay. Let's see. The joke is Canadian healthcare is free because we never get to use it when we need it. Walter White would have died waiting to get scanned. Wait times the ER like 12, 6 hours more depending on where you go. Heard software is explaining American healthcare pretty well. It's all overinflated numbers and tax dodging. I believe it. I think since I'm returning, I'll go after the Griffin and the Guardian since I don't have to. Okay, let's see if this video finished processing. I'm gonna do a little bit of content creator stuff here for a second, chat. Let me see if this video is done. Okay, so just to explain what this is, now Noxxi gave this a insane file name. We recorded a video on stream the other day that was basically how to do the quest to get this Ascended Spear and Glove. I am going to look at it now to see if the video came out okay, to see if I need to ask Noxxi to make any changes. So this is like an early version. And I want to do it on 2x speed because that's how I review my own videos, so too bad. Here, and this is a guide to the Falling Star quest that you can unlock via the Wizard's Vault in Guild Wars 2. This allows you to obtain an Ascended Spear and Glove, your choice of light, medium, or heavy armor glove, and infusion, and some cool cosmetic appearances all at once. Let's get started. Unlock the quest from the Wizard's Vault with your AA points. I recommend tracking the achievement by clicking the little eye so it goes into the top right corner and is easy to go back to. First step, go to Field Archivist Sierra in Lowland Shore. She is at Moon Camp over by the cliff. Mind the edge. Next, interview local scouts about the unusual site. For this step, talk to the scout, which is the telescope icon by Mull Boneyard's point of interest for your quest update. While here, bow in the graveyard to show great respect. For retrieve the unknown object, travel to the northwest. If you play Warrior, that's the top left. If you play Norn Warrior, that's when your hand makes the L corner. You will find the spear stuck in the rock. Since you're no Arthur, we'll need some help. Report back to Sierra at Moon Camp and tell her what you found. Go to the Black Citadel for a special spear-pulling glove. It is the Master Armorsmith near the memorial waypoint that you need to talk to, shown here. This will begin a collection. Click the eye at the top right to pin it as well. All of the... One sec. Double checking.
Master Armorsmith near the memorial waypoint that you need to talk to, shown here. This will begin a collection. Click the eye at the top right to pin it as well. All of the items for this collection are purchased from hearts of vendors, so if you have a character with full map completion already done, use that one for this to save time, as you won't need to do the hearts again if you have already done them. First, purchase Warclaw Fur Liner from Guiding Breath at the Harvest Den Heart in Lowland Shore. Next, purchase Refined Tempering Oil from Shading Willow at the Autumn's Veil Renowned Heart in Lowland Shore. Purchase Crystalline Diode from Vast Valdera at the Coursing Upland Heart in Lowland Shore. Purchase Flame Legion Darksteel from Saba Quicksnarl at Amduat Point Heart in Fireheart Rise. Purchase Salvaged Grade 37 Crystallink Coupling from Zara at Gallant's Folly Heart in Mount Maelstrom. And finally, purchase Dredge Heat Ablation Plates from Magister Catherine at the Tribulation Rift Heart in Dredgehaunt Cliffs. Once you have this grocery list complete, head back to the Black Citadel and receive your choice of an Ascended Gauntlet with Power, Vitality, and Ferocity stats. Note, if you don't want these stats on your glove, I'll show you how to change them soon. With the
spoilers, it's not really a story. I don't really consider it spoilers, but you can close your eyes if you want.
Gauntlet, or possibly just the skin equipped, you should be able to pull out the spear back in the water of Lowland Shore. You will receive the Ascended Spear with Power, Vitality, and Ferocity stats. Go back to Moon Camp and speak with Sierra again. The gloves come with a Heat Core infusion. With this infusion equipped, and it can be anywhere, it doesn't have to remain in the gloves, your Falling Star Spear will get a flashier graphic. If you are new to infusions, you can visit Fractal-related merchants to purchase an infusion extractor for some silver. Remove the infusion from the gloves and reinstall it wherever you wish, including in the spear itself. If this is your first Ascended glove or spear, you may be interested in stat changing. Stat changing is a Mystic Forge recipe to spend a few gold to change the stats on an Ascended armor or weapon to what you desire. I'll include a link to the stat changing wiki page in the description below if you would like to do this. A few notes about stat changing. Make sure that there are no rune sigils or infusions that you care about in the item before stat changing it, because you're basically trading in one item for another item and will lose all those old upgrades if you left them in when you do it. When doing stat changing, you will get back a more default looking glove or spear, but you can then use a transmutation shard to put the graphic back to the Falling Star setup if you wish to do so. And with that, you now own your very own Ascended glove, spear, and an infusion to play with as well. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, comment if you have any questions, or if you know any tricks and tips that I didn't share, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content. Another massive thank you to the supporters on Patreon and Twitch who keep this channel alive, and if you're interested in becoming one, getting...
Look how full that list is. Beautiful. It has never been that full before.
more videos and perks, there's a link in the description. Happy stabbing.
Noxxi did a great job. I don't think I have to ask her for a single change. The number one thing I was concerned with was showing the map every single time. Like, I wanted the map shown every time, because we once did a guide on how to get Khalid Bulk, the Ascended Sword, and there was a few times that we forgot to show the map for where we were. Now, some people figured it out, and they managed to make it to where they were, but there was a lot of complaints in the comment section over the years, like, I got to same spot that literally the entire comment section is talking about. I couldn't find it. You didn't show the map. So, yeah, cool. So that is done. All right. Did you mention the spear glows with the skin glove and not just the glove skin, not just the infusion? I think I did. I might not have known, because I think you can have the glove or the glove skin or the infusion in the glove, the infusion in the spear. I think any of that makes it glow.
Yay.
Yay. But I'm sure if that is true, then there'll be someone will correct me in like a comment, and I'll just pin it. Does the infusion work with other weapons? I don't think so, because I have the infusion equipped right now, and I don't see flames on my hammer. So I don't think it does. Subscribed again, yay. Thank you, good counties. Mike, don't tell Chad about sniffing, he'll lose out on the gold. Okay. Only 1 point of interest left in Lowland Shore by Exo Herrick Falls northeast of the Mastery Point. Can't figure it out. Hold on a sec. Do you mean this one? Okay, real quick. Don't blink. This is a waterfall. That's the bottom, that's the top. Right here, there's an underwater cave. You swim down and then through a tunnel, and that takes you here. And there's a giant underground beehive jumping puzzle in there. But there's an underwater tunnel, and the entrance is like there. That's what you need. What Hamma skin is that? Sledge of the Red Witch. I don't remember where I got it, but that's the name if you want to wiki it. Don't attack the Queen Bee. I mean, unless you want to attack the Queen Bee. Calibulg is mainly instant space, so there should be stars. Wait, what? No, Calibulg had a whole line of stuff where you had to go all over the world and pick up, like, knickknacks at different locations. It's from the Desmina raid. What is that? Is that Raid Wing 5? First boss? I think it's Raid Wing 5. It's been a while. I haven't done Raid Wing 5 in over a year. Or 5, 6, 7. Not even gonna say thanks for the sub. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a talk. You Muggle Douglas, but that'll be Reginald Esquire the 4th. This is Johnson Van Stuffles the 3rd. Welcomes you, Resonant 804, and the other people that sub to the lab. Hope you enjoy your entertainment is on the way. Cricket the speakers, touch the speakers, giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. There you go. I thanked you with more words than I think you have in your vocabulary. You're welcome. You still answer questions. I was still answering questions. Yes. Did you do the second bee jumping puzzle event? I did the bee jumping puzzle event over here. Sneaky burn, sneaky burn. There was like the bee thing here underground, and there was a bee thing here over here. What's up? Oh my god, what is all this?
I wanted to use up the fries.
You wanted to? I am happy to be a garbage disposal for fries. Thank you. Chat, wait, we have to use up the fries. Like, we have to. There's fries, we have to use them up. We got gamer fuel here. She brought me nuggies and fries, chat. Let's see. Sneaky bird. Well, it was literally, look, it was someone that they've never been here before and not even saying hello. And the first thing they said is, why didn't you thank that guy? It's like, I was in the middle of talking, I'm sorry. So yes, I got defensive. I apologize, I got defensive. Rancher ketchup. She just brought me the salt shaker, so I guess I'm doing salt. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Alright, it just came out of the oven. Oh my god. Ow. Wizard Dennis, I can't. I unplugged it when I was doing Black Myth Wukong because my video card GPU hit 100%. So I'm gonna refund that. Anyway. Yeah, no, there was a jumping puzzle over here where you had to like get honey from beehives and one over here underground. I did both of those. If that's what you're talking about, I did those. Now we know how your teeth are dining. Yeah, tonight they dine in hell. Oh. It was one tooth. Look, I got one messed up tooth, and then they're looking at it tomorrow, and it's because apparently I got punched in the face. Not all of them. I brush. I could have refunded myself. No, it's fine. I did it. There's also the JBot workstation from the research vendors and probably, excuse me, several others. Yeah. Stop brushing that one tooth with your fist. Yeah, I purposely go around it with the brush and just punch it. Just that one. For anyone just tuning in, just having a lunch break, so I'm just continuing to answer questions as I can while I'm eating. If I remember correctly, to regrow Calidbog, you go through a bunch of instances. At the end, you get a choice of, I think, 5 different forms of Calidbog, unless there was something else I'm forgetting. To regrow Calidbog, you just take your current Calidbog to Ridheis in your home instance or your homestead and pay her like 2,000 unbound magic, and then she resets it back to a different shape. If we're talking about the same thing. We might not be. I've been going back to order to do that. Yeah, you can, I mean, especially with homesteads now. Hang on. I can show it. I can't make the, homestead portal from Mistlock. Alright, travel. Okay, so here's Ridheis. She hasn't loaded in yet. Alright. And then change Calidbog's form. And then you turn in the old one. And you pay 1,000 unbound. And then you get regrown Calidbog. And then you can change it to be a shield, a scepter, a dagger, a sword, or a greatsword, I think. Any of those. So it's a great early account ascended item, because you can get any of those forms that you can use. Hello? Hello, Mr. Zomu. Welcome. You can unlock all skins and have the weapon you want. If you unlock all 5, you will actually get a... Where's this? Hold on a sec. You get another skin from an achievement. One sec. Okay, there we go. So you get Calidbog Orchida from one of them, and Calidbog Origin, I think, from after you get all 5. So this one's like just a extra reward. Trahearn? Mm-hmm. Was anyone else really surprised the first time Trahearn summoned a horde of flesh golems? I didn't know he was a necromancer. I certainly didn't know he was that good of a necromancer. was like, wait a minute, what? You see in Homestead, by default, we've unlocked Khalid Bulb. If you've done the Khalid Bulb questline, Rid Heist should be in your home instance and your homestead. I didn't do anything extra for Rid Heist to be here. I didn't know anything about him, just like when I did the thing that made everyone sad, and I do it again too. Yeah, I mean, he's a much bigger... If you're a Sylvari, you meet him really early in the game. If you're not a Sylvari, you meet him, what, around like 30 to 50 or something? But his whole thing is just like, every Sylvari, when they're born, they have a wild hunt, which is basically like a life goal. And his goal was basically to defeat the dragons. And he was just like, are you freaking kidding me? So, you know, he was doing everything in his power to make that happen. And he did a pretty good job. You know, he was instrumental in fighting Zaitan and helped a lot with Mordramoth. Oh, yeah, you know what? Chad is correcting me, and I think that Chad is correct on this, because it's been years since I played the story. Yeah, no, his goal was revitalizing Or, the continent of Or, but the dragons were in the way of that, because Zaitan was running zombie apocalypse over there. Is your cloth rack in the home instance not farmed? Oh, did I forget to do that? Thank you. Hang on. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. There we go. Yeah, I guess I forgot. Got to build a new muscle memory with this thing. I got this question before, but why are most of your characters Asura? I just think they're funny little guys. Like, there's no other race that without bending the knees can suddenly leap their full height in the air and do a backflip. Like, I think they have the strongest muscle density of any race. They're just funny little dudes. Plus, I love the trope of little dude with oversized wizard hat. You know? Like, Final Fantasy 1 had the mage with that. Vigar from League of Legends. Little dude, big hat. I love it. So, for me, it's just cosmetic. I like watching the little dudes run around. That's all. I don't know how I like the formation of new instance spots. Feels like Rado is still the most concise. Well, keep in mind that you visit, basically you get everything in that house and then 3 boxes and you're done. So I think it's faster than Rado because of the boxes. Because like the logging box gets all of those trees. And then the mining box gets all the mining nodes. So that's a lot of time saved. But they do have a few more bugs to work out. It would be nice if there was just a box that got everything, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. The box only for your own? Yeah, the box is only for the instance owner. So if I invite other people in my home instance, they can farm everything the old-fashioned way, but they can't use the box. They need to fix the volatile bug. So the current bugs is, one, people are reporting that they're getting less volatile magic than they should from using the box instead of gathering manually. 2, when you use the box, it sometimes misses a node. Like today, 2 of my things in the mine didn't get farmed, so I picked those up manually after I used the box. And... was that it? That's all I can think of right now. The glyph thing. It would be better if you didn't have to leave glyphs in the box, but yeah. I prefer that if that wasn't the case. That was a weird way of doing it. That'll be rough. My friends that harvest my place are way slower than I am. Thistle, remember you can build in here. Build like a tower with like a relaxing chair on top and some Mai Tais next to it. And like just collect your boxes, then climb the tower and sit in it and then just watch them from above. Like you're better than them. And just like, you know, just say like faster peasants, you know, things like that as they're doing their thing. They'll learn. Is that soup? No. No, I'm not eating soup. I'm eating, my wife, got, like, frozen nuggies and fries, and, heated them up in the oven for me, and I'm eating them. Daka says, have you tried NG Spear yet? Yes, on, like, day 3 of the expansion, but it was an absolutely buggy mess. But I've heard that they have fixed quite a bit of it, and I think it's better now. I've seen it's already in some guides on Snow Crows. Does your kiddo play games? Of course. Currently, he loves Pokemon, but he has a max level Guild Wars 2 character, too. He's actually unlocked the Sky Scale. So if any of you think that you can't handle getting the Sky Scale, know that a 12-year-old did it. You can do this. You got this. Dino Nuggies? No, they're not Dino Nuggies. My wife actually got Dino Nuggies once, and it was a bad batch. I was like, these are gross. Which Pokemon version is Minimuk playing? He's got, like, the last 4, and he kind of bounces between them using Pokemon Home to trade the Pokemon around, you know? Like, he hunts shinies and stuff like that. It's very different from back when I played. I played a red, blue, pearl, and diamond, I think? And it's like, I remember shinies, but I remember beating the whole game and finding, like, one shiny in the whole time. And now they're, like, way more common than they used to be. And so he just does, like, shiny hunts, and he's trying to fill up, like, a shiny dex and stuff like that. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff with that. Oh, no music here. There we go. He went right into shiny hunts. He's also done Nuzlocks. He's like, I'm gonna beat the game using only bugs, and if they pass out, they're dead. I'm like, all right. Should you be in a party to enter other people's home instance? It's the same as home instance with max 5. Yes, it's a 5-man instance. Now, like, I could, for example, have 4 people come in here and join me, and they could get, they could farm everything, and then I could have 4 more come in, and they could farm, and just on and on and on. Like, you can do that. But, yeah, it's 5 at a time. He's the little bug catcher trainers. Some days, yeah. Has anyone opened their birthday gift yet? My character got the basic yearly stuff. My character's from launch. I think you stop getting anything, like, crazy new after the 10th anniversary. Like, you still get birthday gifts, but, like, the new... it stops having a new item each time after 10. Almost done. If anyone just tuned in, I'm finishing up my lunch now. I'm gonna get back to playing in a minute. More paint, more skins, yeah, stuff like that. Mug House Gaming is good, man. Today's kind of become a impromptu Q&A, but I love it. If I'm able to help people, that's fine. Still playing quick DPS Untamed to swap maces for hammer? No, I'm using maces and hammer. So I'm using mace, hammer at the moment. I think sword axe instead of hammer is a little more damage, but I've been having fun with the hammer. You can move around while channeling, but sword axe you cannot. Initially, I was scared at dropping the homestead door in a populated area, thinking other people would run in. It's like rats. They're like, oh no, I've got Sylvari in my home. No, I think you have to give them permission, or they have to be in your group, one of the two. Good night, Mom. Good night, Makara. Has heart reputation changed anything? I don't know what you mean by that question. Ranger's got a good amount of options for weapons that work well. Yeah, that's kind of why Spear is so weird on Ranger. We have 7 power options, and it's not better than the others. So it's like, what do we do with this thing? And we got sword, we got dagger, we got main hand axe, we got offhand axe, we got great sword, we got longbow, we got main hand mace, we got offhand mace, we got hammer, and we got a spear.
Hey,
it does less damage.
Come here. 2-bear job
Oh.
this is. Welcome to the spawning pool.
Mug, my wife got me to start playing Guild Wars 2 with her
Ice
after a few
Worm,
years.
you
I'm
catch
loving
'em
it.
and drop
I have
them
been
fellas
watching
in
so
this
many of your
basket.
videos as a new player,
Painless
and
death
I
for
really
the
appreciate the
fish.
content. Love the
Something
channel.
to fill
Oh, thank you for the
my
kind words, Captain.
But
I'm
catch
glad
'em
you
with
like
a
my
careful
stuff.
paw will
There's
slip
people like you
right
keep
on
me
your
in business.
grasp. Mind, don't overdo it. Take what we need and leave the rest for another. Balance and whatnot.
For some reason, I
And
thought
watch
Ranger
it.
Speed would be Condi.
Prey means predators. Every blood-sucking bog crawler is keeping an eye fixed
It
on
probably
us.
would have been nicer, because for Condi, we have way less options. Alright. I have finished my dishes. I'm putting my dishes away because I'm a good boy. I'll be right back.
Good eating that. Good eating that.
Okay. Alright. I think I read somewhere that the hearts achievement, if you do a heart, going to change something, you get to a higher tier. I haven't fully understood that either. So, when you look at a heart and you do it, you see there's like a little after image thing behind it. And you can fill the heart, and then it's still there. It's still there. I don't really get the whole layered thing, because like you don't see it fill up again after that. Muck, it's time for a sniff train. You are saying some weird stuff, my guy. You know, I do see the Valraven is up. You know, this is going to sound weird. I am going to go do this because I want to hear the music again. It has a really good soundtrack. I'm fighting this thing just for the song. You track the tier via the achievement? Oh, that makes no sense at all. Thank you. 5 minutes. Remember, chat, if you see a champion mob, you ask yourself, what would Heisen do? Oh, I forgot I had the juvenile warclaw as my second pet. That's not what I thought was about to happen. These guys never played red light, green light. I don't need to. I'll just heal through it. He doesn't own me. I do what I want. Stop running around! Oh my god. Dude, my DPS is going down because I'm going to chase this other guy. That's what Isaac would do. He would yell at the other players for helping. Just gotta AoE res that person, get him up immediately. Minute 20. I don't know. "50 seconds. Bro. There we go. I was like, I just rezzed you. Easy. I love the music. The combat music is so good in this X-Pack. Muck can't do the red light, green light mechanic. No, I don't care. Some of these champions seem very overtuned, more so in the other map. I think I'm gonna take a character every 2 to 3
turning champs into chumps, then making videos about it for years.
Oh my gosh. That's me. Kill one griffin, make 10 videos. This guy's got nothing. I love that they're overtuned like a challenge. I mean, that didn't really feel overtuned. It just felt like a tough champion mob. Keep in mind, champion mobs come in many different levels of difficulty. I think that was just a tough one. Yeah, that's not a veteran mob. There's a big difference between vet mobs and champ mobs. I would say you're having fun with it. It's the best one. Who in the what now? Also, hi, D-Doc. Like, what's the mechanic of getting that white target marker from the champs? The mechanic of getting the white target marker? Look, I know there was the red light, green light thing going on. And I know if there's a circle on the ground, you get out of it. And that other guy that was there did not know about that. The only champ I'm having trouble with, as of no weapon swap Reaper, is the Rot Titan that spits corruption onto the ground and poops those stuff around it with nasty stuff. Yeah. Toughest one of those maps is the Titan, your champion, deer, the hot. Yeah, the Titans that like corrupt all your boons constantly. I don't really love fighting those because I give myself stability constantly, which means I fear myself constantly. Because corrupted stability is fear. That sucks. What if the circle on the ground is green? You get in it. Unless you're the only one that gets in it, then you get out. Because it needs multiple people in it. That why I keep getting weakness? Yep, it's because you're giving yourself boons and they're corrupting it. A lot of people think that the Titans are doing a lot of conditions, and that's partly true, but what they're doing is a lot of boon corrupt. So they're taking whatever you've got and flipping it. But yeah, with Power Quick Untamed, I give myself some regen, some vigor, some prot, some stability, 10 stacks of might, and perma quickness. So I give myself the opposite of all those. So it's like power, that's like weakness and slow, fear, poison, bleeding. It's rough. It is rough. I've actually had to use Conti Cleanse skills actively this expansion. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hopefully this doesn't bore any of you too much. I'm gonna be open up GIMP, the poor man's Photoshop here. I need to make a thumbnail so I can release this video about the fallen spear. Let's open up the thumbnail template here.
Smells something awful. Better hurry up.
Smells something awful. Heralds must be struggling big time. Heralds are not. I mean, on that fight maybe. But in general, they're not struggling big time. Rev Spear is the strongest thing in the game right now. It's absolutely getting the nerf back. As someone using my Necro to destroy Plague Signet has been added to my build. Gimp isn't Poor Man's Photoshop. Gimp is I don't want my stuff sold by Photoshop. Well, okay, I've been calling it Poor Man's Photoshop for years. And Adobe has recently become more sketch. Let's see. All right, we can get rid of that layer. Let's see. What is this? That's the borders. Keep that. Alright. Get rid of that. Keep that one. Okay. Alright, so... Let's see. How do I want this thumbnail to look? Hey gamers, Mukluk here, and this is... I think I'm going to take a frame from this. Hang on a second. I'm looking for something in this video. I was trying to see my show when I was holding the spear. Okay, that's all right. All right, I'm gonna do a screenshot of that. Okay, let's see if that's okay. All right, so this is a screenshot from, oh, hold on a sec, that's on the wrong layer. I'm on the wrong layer, no! Every artist has had that at that moment. Okay. Let's see if this is usable in a thumbnail or if this is trash. All right, so I've got this picture. I think that does an okay job of showing the gauntlet and the spear. So the main thing is that there's the gauntlet and there's the spear. Thumbnail for Falling Star, yeah, trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out how I want this. I don't know how I want to structure this at all. So I'll have the Guild Wars, I always have the Guild Wars 2 logo in the corner. Do that. Other option is the picture from the Wizard's Vault. Might be better. Oh, I might have to get it from the video. Like this picture here. That probably is better. 1 second. As someone who draws from time to time, making an onion of my piece is always a nightmare. Yep. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, screenshot this. All right, so here's another option. Go back here, and let's just merge that down and get a new layer. All right, so we got this. That's pretty low quality. Hold on a sec. Let me get a higher quality picture. Let's see, screenshots. And pull that over. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. All right. Check Discord DM. Oh, okay. Yeah, that you know what? Maybe I can use that. That's good. Thanks. See, my shop, I've already bought this stuff, so I can't get a new picture. Let's do like that. Oh. Okay. And then maybe have text over the glove right here that says like, Falling Star, Ascended, Spear, and Gauntlet Guide.
Salt could be a little better dispersed, but it ain't bad, Wayfinder.
Let's see.
I'd serve anyone.
Let's mess with the text a little bit and see what it looks like.
Don't hesitate to help again.
Oh, hold on. I did not mean to. Control Z. I don't know what I did. Control Z. All right, edit. All right. Falling Star, Ascended, Spear, and Gauntlet guide. Okay. Let's do that. Alright. That's not bad. Maybe a big obnoxious arrow. You know, thumbnails love their arrows. I know I've got a layer with an arrow in here. Woo. Boop. Okay. Gotta have your face reacting to it. Maybe one of the minions. Or maybe just like the dancing guy. This guy's been photobombing a lot of thumbnails lately. Just throw him down there so just so people know it's a Mukluk original. Okay. Click that. Let's do a backdrop on the letters. Maybe a little bit more. Let's see. Add like 5 pixels to it. Okay. I think the stuff behind the words needs to be blurred because it is drawing too much of the eye, and it makes it kind of hard to read. So I'm going to do that and make it out of focus a little bit. And then maybe over here on this side too. Do this. There we go. Does the Ascended Spear have any effects? Yeah, it does. It comes with an infusion, and if you have the if you have the glove plus the spear equipped, or the infusion anywhere plus the spear equipped, the spear kind of bursts into flame, and it has more effects on it. Hold on a second. So this is the unreleased video. All right, so right here, you see it's like crackling, and there's like flames and stuff. That effect is on the spear if you have spear plus infusion or spear plus glove. But plus, it's a free infusion. What were the stats on it? Hang on a sec. Well, free. It comes with it, basically, right? It's... Okay, I have it in that spear right now. It's the Heat Core Infusion. 5 power and 9 agony resist. I mean, freaking cool. So it's basically included. Let's see. Okay, let's go back up here. Need to move this ever so slightly because it's right on the edge. It should know about the edge. All right, so next. Okay, and usually I grab some words in it and just make them pop a bit by adding some color. Maybe spear and gauntlet. Let's do yellow, red. Okay, and then boop, 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 boop. There we go. I think that's okay. I'm not sure if I want to add anything else to that. It's acceptable. Make the ascended word pink. Let's see what I can do.
Coming fast today they are. Spawn is steady. Gotta move my rump.
Maybe like a pink. I really like using gradient, so I'm trying to see if I can do that.
Hey, Wayfinder! Come here. 2-bear job this is.
What do you guys think? Is that better or worse?
Welcome to the spawning pool. I spear them, you catch them, and drop the little fellas in this basket. Painless death for the fish. Something to fill our gut.
Butter.
Catch
It's
'em
butter.
With a careful paw, will slip right out of your grasp. Mind, don't overdo it. Take what we need and leave the rest for another.
Blurry but better highlight. It's not a Monday Nino.
And watch it. Prey means predators. Every blood-sucking bog crawler is keeping an eye fixed on us.
People saying it got blurry. What? Hold on. I'm gonna save it and then I'm gonna Control Z.
Nicest of them yet.
There's a lot of layers in this thing. It takes a long time to save it. Alright, if I control Z it... Try it again, see if it comes out differently. Yeah, purple's legendary, so I don't want much purple in there.
Good eating that.
It might just be the effect of the purple on black. Okay, flip your arrow so that it's going from the words to point at the spear. Where's the arrow? Alright, hang on a sec. Layer, transform, horizontal flip. Okay. All the arrows, yes. Then we just need me in the corner. Alright. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks good. Hopefully, this guy doesn't go out of date in 3 months. I would assume that once the current Wizard's Vault changes, that this is going to go into the what is it called? Legacy? Right? I would assume it's going to go into Legacy. So hopefully it's still going to be viable after that. Alright, export into a thingy. And Falling Star GW2 guide. Can you tell me what is the best class for support, open world, and raids? Okay, this is going to sound like a cop-out answer, but I swear it's true. Literally every single profession can be a support. So it really depends on how you want to play. Like even warrior can be a support, as stunning as that sounds. So it really just depends on how you like to play and what you're looking for. Mr. The Color says, I'm getting back at yours too after some time away. I have seen all the expansions up to EOD. I haven't beaten POF or EOD. Should I focus on the story first and then think about getting the other expansions? So if you enjoy the story, you can absolutely just keep enjoying the story and then get to those expansions when you get there. Like, they're not going anywhere. It's not like when you get there, there's going to be no people there or anything like that. This is, this isn't like World of Warcraft. The zones don't get abandoned afterward. So you can absolutely take your time and then just get there when you get there. You don't have to feel rushed. So, but if you just really wish to go, if there is some feature of Janthier that makes you want to go there as fast as possible, you can. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just going to mean doing the story out of order. Let's see. If you name a profession, it'd be easier to tell you what builds that profession work for support. Yeah. Just parachuting in to express my admiration for all the great work you do on your YouTube vids and yours to your model for us all.
Watch it now.
I don't know if I'm a model, but thank you, Esoterical. That's very kind words. Very kind words. The game is too complicated, I'll be honest. They could dumb it down a bit more streamlined with how to learn a class. Could carry over someone to incentivize playing other classes. I don't think the end game is too complicated, but I will say I agree with you that the early game they could do a better job of teaching things. And they have improved on that in recent years, but it could be better for sure. Okay, let's get rid of that. Reuse details. Let's see. Where is a Guild Wars 2 guide? There we go. That's alright. What do I want to title the video? Something with Falling Star, something with Ascended / Glove. Let's see. Hang on. So this is on the YouTube side now, so I've uploaded the thumbnail. Falling Star Quest. Ascended Spear and Gauntlet. A Guild Wars 2 guide. Might be too long. By the way, Mark, have you seen the Onyx Spider skins yet? They look awesome. I have, yeah, they do look pretty cool. Appreciate you do, brother. Keep at it. Wait for Prime to come back up. Thank you, Foz. Just saw the new track being used for Second Wind. Love it. Yes, it's new from the Zep Festival. Wait, do you mean the Roller Beetle track? That has been there for like a year or two. You're welcome to play around on it. No, we had one of the roller beetle guys came in and made it once quite some time in the past. Probably you'd want to play druid and play support until he's on team, or DPS focus. Try giving girlfriend to Guild Wars 2, and if a 14 chooses Guild Wars 2 was way more engaging in the beginning, probably because Guild Wars 2 exploration is a huge strength. Maybe. Wonder what color they'll reshape the next patch. Dandy says, I'm a new player, started working on Path of Fire. I wanted to work towards Mechanist, but I don't know if rifle power build, some Condi, sword, pistol, or I heard something about a hammer build. Yeah, you've got a lot of options, Dandies. Definitely take your time, try them out, and see what you like.
Well, now, don't care you. Skin, gut, salt, and dry. In that order. Fish are going sour real fast these days. So let's get to work.
I guess this is okay. Dude, chat, I like making videos so much more than I do titling videos and making thumbnails. I hate that what I type here can basically make or break all the work that went into the video. That's like absolutely the part of the job I dislike the most. Okay, dude, wait, what are the... Okay, hold on. It inherited some tags from another video. This is not a gold guide. Hold on. So I need to delete the ones that are not related to this. Falling Star, Ascended, Spear, Glove, Gauntlet. Hardest 9-to-5 job. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not Hassan. I'm gonna not pretend like my job is worse than working at friggin' Quick Trip. Just saying, I like making videos and recording them and writing scripts more than I like that part. Let Noxxi do the video title. Oh my god, that would be something for sure. Don't forget to add the stats swap guide in the description. Yeah. Let's see. End screen. I need to import it from another video. Okay, there we go. That should do it. Yeah, look at the file name right here. Look at the file name. Original file name. Look, I found a superheated fallen meteor thing in the shape of a spear very conveniently. Wow, it's so amazing. I cannot believe this just as spears got available to us. This happened. This is unbelievable.mp4. Alright. Next, I need to make sure that those end screen things are there. Okay, yeah, these things. Yeah, alright, so they're there, so that's good. Is there already any builds of spear? Yeah, Snowcrows. Even like the top, DPS raid build site in the game, they've already got a bunch for at least NG and Mesmer I've already seen up there. Okay, that's it. So this is ready to go. Now, I already have a video planned to be released tomorrow, so this one I can release the day after. But there's an early access link if any of you need this in the near future. You can use it. Let's see. Do that. Cool. And that's a weight off because I love that my audience is okay with watching me do content creation stuff. It saves so much time. It saves so much time not having to like do the stream and then do this after. I can just do them both at the same time. Okay, there's that. All right. So get that up there. And question, maybe tied to monetization. We'll let you judge. Why release only one video a day? It's kind of based on what you just said. So if I release multiple videos in a day, imagine that your favorite YouTuber releases 2 videos at once, and you've only got time to watch one on your lunch break, and then you forget about the other one. That is essentially what happens. If I release multiple videos in a day, what has usually happened is they will compete with each other, and either both will do or one will do very poorly. And that's it. That's it. So just based on past experiences, it's better to just release one a day, and it gives people time to consume them, So that is the reason. Also, there's certain times. Like, for example, if I release a video at, let's say, 9 a.m. my time, that's like around lunchtime or later in Europe, but also the United States is starting to wake up, and it usually does pretty good. If I post the video in the evening, Europe is asleep. NA is winding down. It will get some views, but it will get less. And then YouTube algorithm is like, oh, this video is doing worse. this is crap compared to his last video, stop suggesting it to people. It's wasting their time. So the first few hours of how a video does is unfortunately really huge for how often YouTube continues suggesting it to other people. So you want to release it at a time when a majority of your audience is currently awake. For me, that's any time between like 9 a.m. and maybe noon. And the only videos I'll have go live after that are like a news video. Because yeah, those are only really, like those get a lot of views on day one and then they die, you know? Whereas like a guide, even if it does poorly on day one, it continues to be relevant for years, hopefully, unless the game changes. I'm pretty sure Muck has an LI build for Reaper in his channel. Oh yeah, exclamation LI builds. Yeah, that's another thing that's on my to-do list for the coming weeks is to go through these, try them all out again, and make sure that they're still viable in Janthir. They don't need to be the best, but and there's the Reaper one. If they're viable in Janthir, I'll leave them up. If they have become like unusable, then I will, you know, change the video title to say that this is just an archived video and do not recommend. Because I don't want people to waste their time trying out, you know, builds that are just no longer good. Can probably make a Legi pretty easy, which out of hammer, rifle, or greatsword, which would be useful on the most classes. I think the better question is which one is useful on the most classes that you enjoy playing. Because, for example, there's a lot of classes that can use focus. Sorry, let me rephrase that. There's not a lot of classes that use focus, and I don't really enjoy playing any of them. There's the Necro, the Guardian, the Mesmer, and Ellie. 4 of the 9 base classes have focus. Unless I just really wanted to, which I have in the past, why would I spend my time making a legendary focus? It works on classes I don't care about. So you should definitely think, what classes do I enjoy playing? Look at what weapons they have, and then see where the overlap is. To give a random example, if you play Guardian and Necromancer, both can use a staff. Both can use swords. You know, like that's how I look at it. Now, also, before that, you know, if you haven't done it already, you could do stuff over here. An amulet is usable on every character you make. A backpack is usable on every character you make. So you could focus on this stuff and think about that later if you wish. Mug, is it normal to get bored about the class you put more effort into? I think it's normal as a human to need a break from anything that you've done a whole lot. Like, Ranger is my main, right? But for End of Dragons, that whole year, I was like, Mechanist! I've got a Gundam! Oh! And yeah, dude, my engineer was on the shelf. This guy hasn't even played End of Dragons, and yet I've played him like 6,000 hours. I loved Mechanist. That was a fun, friggin' 1 year long detour for me, right? You know, Path of Fire, I think I was playing, there was like a year I played Necro. You know? So I think it's totally okay. You know, it's a video. No, this is a video game, guys. It's not life. You're not talking about like marriage partners here. Like, if you want to just like put down your main and play something else for a while, allow yourself to do that. You know, the point of a game is to have fun. If you think there's more fun over there, go over there. You know? Again, that's not dating advice. That'll get you shot. Don't just go, oh, it's more fun over there, and then yeah, then her dad kills you. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm talking about games. That's it. Talking about games. Most fun build for Ellie. It's going to depend on who you ask. I personally, this is just me, I don't enjoy playing Elementalist or Weaver. I think it is way too much APM for a similar result as other classes. Some people love it, I don't. If I was a Ellie main, I like Tempest. Both the damage version and the healing version, I like playing Tempest. You know, so I like, you know, core Ellie is like, I do 1 element at a time. Weaver is like, I do 2 elements at a time. Catalyst is like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm juggling Rubik's Cubes. That guy died. I don't know what's going on with Catalyst. Tempest is like, I go 1 element at a time, harder. And there's, oh, and then lightning everywhere. It's fantastic. And it's not that bad to play. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but among Ellie's, it's my favorite. What's the build you have right now on Hunter? Ranger. Hunter, I'm guessing you're coming from WoW. But yeah, Ranger, I'm currently, when I'm in open world, I like playing Untamed, which is, it's an interesting thing. You've got a buff, it's this green thing, and you can toss it between you and your pet. So imagine like, you have a weapon, and you have another weapon you can swap back and forth between. Your pet has its own natural weapons, but then you also have a weapon that is this green energy that you kind of toss back and forth between you. Like, I'm mad, now he's mad, now I'm mad, now he's mad, now it's my turn with the mad. You know, it's kind of like you're taking turns berserking.
afraid means predators.
It's an
Every
interesting
blood-sucking
class.
crawler is
I've
keeping
really
an eye
taken a
on
liking to it in
Stone
open world recently. I also enjoy playing Druid, which is a healer support type character in instances a lot. I know this is an old subject, but what's the easiest way to get a specific fish outside of the usual time location bait?
Much obliged.
Killjoy, fishing is one of the things I honestly enjoy the least in this game. I don't know the answer to that, I'm sorry. If anyone in chat knows Killjoy needs an answer to that question, beyond that though, I would have to Google it. And I'm gonna let you Google it. I don't know. You re-alternatively? Yes. It looks amazing, it's cool because I have Aurene Hammer already. Yeah. I mean, you can use the hammer stuff on other stuff as well, but the power quickness untamed has just, it's a little bit less damage than your average DPS, but it has just a mountain of utility, and I love that. Are you also doing new LI builds? Maybe. I like constantly having a project to chew on, and if I finish the stuff that I currently have assigned to myself, then I'm open to doing that, yeah. It just depends on, like, for example, we just finished the Falling Star guide I wanted to make, and then I did my own personal review of Janthir, and that is being edited by Noxxi, I think maybe tomorrow or the day after. And then it's just like, what do I want to work on after that? You know, for those who might be new here, I stream every single day because I have a problem, and then I also try to keep YouTube videos going out on a consistent basis.
Please, if that storm rolls in before we're ready, we'll be out of food in an hour.
Keep second leggy weapon or sell for gold. If you don't have all the mounts in the game, okay, what is the biggest thing that gold could change for your in-game life? All right, Griffin, Sky Skill, Jackal, those things cost gold. So if you need any more money for that, I would probably go for that. But if you already have all those things, if you made a legendary, you could keep it, unless you just specifically need that gold for something. But like, there's also the trading post, or the gem store. Remember, you could turn gold to gems. So if there's any just thing there you want, like just, ooh, that's pretty, or ooh, that, more bank space, quality of life, whatever, you can also use gold to gems to get stuff there. So for me, it would just be like, do I want something with this gold? Yes or no? That would determine the answer. Okay, this might sound a stupid question, but is there a way to unlock massively all the waypoints of a region? There is a gem store thing that unlocks all the waypoints in a region. I have never done that. But beyond that, it's just play the game that I know, as far as I know. Dinner and Mukluk, what a combo. What's up, Jolly? Dinner, yeah, dude, it's almost 2 p.m. my time. I got a few more minutes. Unlock Sky Scale from Soto or normal method? Okay, that's a good topic. Okay, so Sky Scale. Sky Scale original method involves Path of Fire and Living World Season 4. It's a quest line that, let's say you play every evening, it might take you a week, okay? It is a project. It also has its own masteries. Soto method, if you play every evening, it might take you a day, okay? Soto method is faster. It might take you a day to finish, and it has its own masteries. So if you don't have a Sky Scale, I would say do Soto method first. It gets you it much faster. However, if you're going to be a very long-term player, you should chip away at doing both, because each have their own masteries. So like for example, I can make my mount go invisible. That's from Iceberg Saga. If I ever get jumped by things and I don't want to get jumped by them, I could just Ninja Vanish on any character. That's really useful. That's from Drizzlewood Coast. So if you don't have all of the abilities for your Sky Scale, you would eventually want to do both of those quest lines to get all of the masteries from both of them. Vision is a legendary accessory that requires the Path of Fire Sky Scale to be skills. Sorry, the masteries from the Path of Fire Sky Scale to be able to complete the quest line. Yes, that is true. But if you're starting it, I would say Soto first. It's faster, but long term, chip away at both of them. Any Blackline contract you'd recommend? I'm trying to build up my home nodes, but trying to prioritize items that will get other items. Black Lion contract. Okay, when you say contract, I'm assuming you're talking about that delivery board that sends you free stuff each day. The Fast Farming Community website. Whatever is on here, they'll tell you for each contract which delivery gives you the most gold per day. And I usually just follow whatever their instructions are. You mean grind my life away for flying pixels? No, not if you're not having fun. If you're not having fun, you get off the game completely. I get that comment sometimes on my legendary guide videos, like, I can't believe you're saying I should do this. I have a life. And I'm like, you have as much of a life as I do. You're Googling how to get a legendary in Guild Wars 2. It's fine though. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You could just use ascended gear. It's okay. Let's see. Do you think we get an enhancement equivalent to the birthday cake anytime as a birthday gift? They said after the 10th birthday gift, which what was that? Was that the cake? That might have been the cake. They said after the 10th birthday that they were not going to do any more unique gifts each year. It would just be repeats. So I'm not counting on it. I'm not counting on it. Oh, Sane has a better link than I did. Thank you. 9 was cake. What was 10?
Is that bloodstone? Ooh, sure smells like it. Camp's just around the corner.
I have never heard him say that line before. Fast Farming has started locking data behind the Patreon. They undid that. They undid that. So there was a day recently where the creator of the website said that he had to put a paywall on it because he couldn't keep it going anymore. And he got a massive kickback from that, which, as you can imagine, and he decided to backpedal on it, and he undid it. I would imagine what it was not like, you know, the cost of hosting the website, because like I host a website, and although it costs money, it's a few hundred a year. Not enough that I'm going to, like, you know, have a friggin' breakdown. I would imagine what it was is he was probably doing just tons and tons and tons of work, like hours after hours after hours, and he didn't have enough people helping him, and he snapped. I hope if there's other people that help him on the website that they give him a hand. But it seemed like he just hit a breaking point. Because there's a point where, you know, like maybe he started doing fast farming as a hobby and then it started feeling like work and then like he just broke. I don't know. But in any case, it does not have a paywall currently. They undid that. Like, I myself, like, again, I'm not saying I support it, but I get it. Because, like, my website has 0 ads on it. Which, you know, you guys that actually use my website have all been very vocal that you love that. However, like, that means I'm operating it at a loss, right? So the Mukluk Labs webpage, it essentially is just losing me like $300 every year for the hosting plus the domain name. And so the way that I justify that is the patrons. Like, I basically tell myself, okay, as long as I've got, you know, enough of these to cover the website, then I'm going to keep it going. And so you know, basically you can thank the patrons of the website because they're how I can justify that to my family. And tell my wife, honey, I swear. No, Noxxi as well. I wouldn't be able to afford working with Noxxi if it wasn't for the patrons. So like, I'm lucky that I've got a very large support net with you guys that can keep these projects going. Otherwise, I would not be able to. Him removing it makes me want to donate more to the pay. Dude, you know, the first thing I was thinking of when I saw it was like, you know, imagine one day WinZip is just like, that's it! You've had so much time! You abused me too long! And then there's a freaking WinZip paywall. I mean, who am I kidding? We would all just download 7-zip, but you know. Then we have Year 10, which is the Dragon's Decade armor. Ah, that's right, the Dragon's Decade set, yeah. Mug, I sent a mail. You sent a mail? Corrupt Asura. Mursat runes down. Oh, thank you, buddy. I don't fully know. I know that these are going to be used for legendaries in this expansion. I hope I'm not going to need like 250 of them or something. But I don't know. I don't know. I know we're going to probably use them for the new Leggy Spear and the new Leggy Backpack, which are not out yet, so we don't know the list. I don't know if you answer, but do you have an area title UI mod? You might be referring to Regions of Tyria, like when I load into a zone and then there's the big fancy text that pops up. That is, if that's what you're referring to, that is in Blish HUD, and it's a module called Regions of Tyria, and it's just a cosmetic thing. If you like it, exclamation Blish pulls up a video with instructions on how to download it if you wish it. It's just a fun thing. The farming Ko-Fi was a little slow for the Fable thing after the robot people started to donate more. No, and honestly, it's really nice of him. And again, I am guessing a little bit. Like, I don't know that the guy was stressed out or whatever. It's just when I looked at it, that was the situation that I envisioned in my head based on what I knew. Because I was like, there's no way he's stressing about, like, the hosting costs. It's probably just, you know, since Janther came out, he's probably had to do, like, you know, 30 hours of unpaid work to make the website be up to date for Janther, and maybe no one's helping him. Maybe he just snapped or something, because I could see that. Especially if you were close to burnout. Like, again, you know, I used to stream Guild Wars 2 7 days a week. I changed to 1 day a week because I started getting burnout. If you're at a point where your fun thing is starting to feel like work, and then people keep asking you to do it for free, you know, it can be like, and you just, you know, you get snippy about it. The backpack is another way of getting a legendary backpack. That is correct. There's already 3 ways in the game to get a legendary backpack right now. There is Warbringer from World v World, the Ascension from PvP, and Ad Infinitum from Fractals. I had to think about that for a second. Funny enough, that's the one I have, is Ad Infinitum. So backpack you can get from PvE, PvP, or World v World, whatever you like most, which is a pretty cool system. How did you get the lightning in a bottle achievement? Wait, what? I don't recognize that by name. Hang on. I don't have a lightning in a bottle achievement? What are we talking about? Wait, what is this? What on earth? I have never seen this. Okay. I made a painting. Man, put it on the fridge. Help the code and research the region by eliminating elementals, setting up supply crates, putting up fires, complete events. And the event is paint? Look how much of a showboat my guy is, doing flips and stuff to paint. Artiste, yes. I was asking Mike if he got it yet. Okay, I guess I haven't, because when I searched the achievements, I didn't see it. I thought I was getting struck by lightning twice in a short span of time. Obtain lightning in a bottle from a secret cache around Bitterfly Bayou. The secret cache is southeast of Abysmic Grounds Waypoint, under the U in Bitterfly Bayou on the map.
Impressive. Have you painted before?
Am I on the right map? I'm looking for Bayou. Hold on. Is it the other zone, or is it this zone?
Strong, confident strokes.
True
and
artist.
A keen eye for detail. Yes, very good. We'll discern what rocks and minerals it is made of. Why it commands electricity so freely.
Yeah, I don't even know which zone this is on.
Useful this should. You have my thanks.
Corna. Oh, the desert? Oh, wait, we're not talking about Janther? Desert of Corna. Bro, why didn't you start with the zone name? Domain of Corna? Bayou. Well, wait, if I zoom out, the U's over there. If I zoom in, the U's over here. Alright, so it's like over here somewhere. Secret cache. Okay, hold on. I'll check. Yo, why are we doing this now? Alright, this is the last thing, then I gotta wrap it up. Muck understands that the art of painting is art itself. There you go. There's an event in the new zone that has you catch lightning in a bottle. Is it under these rocks? Where is it? Lightning strikes the ground, standing 2 AoEs at once. Pretty sure these AoEs are just poison. Noises! It's called Twice Stricken, and it's only during a special event. Oh, why am I here then? Okay. When are you going to Warclaw Sniff? Huh? Oh, I don't know. Is the AoE like when NPCs are throwing objects and you gotta catch them? Your inventory. Oh my god, look! Look! Look how much space is still there. Get off my back. There's enough space in there to hold your opinion. Warclaw Sniff, give money. Yo, real talk. Does the Warclaw Sniff work in zones outside of Janthier? I know it works in Janthier. The reward chest? No, I'm leaving it because you complained about it, Tie-Dye, and I'm naming it Tie-Dye. This is Tie-Dye now. It's my eternal companion. Mini vendor trash. How do you get those cool backpack? If you do exclamation bags, I've made guides on how to get bigger baggy waggies if you want massive baggy waggies. Okay, seeing if I'm caught up here. Not enough space to hold my ego. Lol. Someone makes comment about inventory. Oh crap, here we go again. The Warclaw Sniff does ping mobs outside of Janthier, but don't know about caches. Why am I getting ads in French? Omelette du fromage. I'm at the same place you were. Sniff does nothing. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, chat. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you for a wonderful morning stream. I am out of time. A few plugs on the way out. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mukluk. I stream every single evening and every weekday morning. I will be back later tonight for the evening Guild Wars 2 stream, followed by continuing Black Myth Wukong, which we started last night. I'll have a giveaway for you guys tonight as well. Haven't decided what it is yet, but I promise it'll be good. Additionally, if you are new here, please hit that follow button on Twitch, or like and subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. It really does help me out. And a plug here for my 2 YouTube channels. I do have 2. For anyone who doesn't know, I do have 2 of them. Subscribe to both if you don't want to miss my videos. And a special thank you to my dear patrons. They keep this channel alive with their support. And there's a link to that in the chat if you're interested in becoming a supporter. With that, I am going to drop a raid on someone on the Twitch side, just to show some support here. Let me see. Fandrel's live. Fandrel has been in my chat a lot lately. He's been showing me support. I'm gonna return the favor. I'm gonna blow his channel up. All right, chat. I'll see you over there. Drop some good vibes emotes, some dancing, some bobbles, things like that. If you like this other streamer, hit follow. If you don't, then just politely leave. You know, good vibes. I'll see you guys over there, and I will be back tonight. See ya.
1000.